All right. Happy Friday. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of David E. Taylor Full Frontal Exposure 2.0, where everybody's opinion is a lie. And tonight, what we're going to go ahead and talk about is when we did Clifton's interview last week, all right? And again, I'm not pointing fingers. That works. Perfect. Something really stuck, right? Something really stuck when Cliff said, hey, David had me go to the doctors and say, I had these type of symptoms, right? Now, here's the thing. That's prescription fraud. That's like that's you're defrauding insurance at that point, okay? To go on, you guys might get a little feedback here for a second. Just give me a second. Something really stuck, right? So, good evening, Cat Mom, Javi. How you guys doing? Sharonda Sykes. Good evening, Valican. Jake J. Williams. Let me go and add a couple mods here. Let me add you. Hang on, let me add a couple mods here. Give me a second. All right, let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. The trailer? Yeah, the trailer's pretty good, right? Yo, 54 all the way from Australia. What's up, my guy? 54 in the motherfucking house. What up? Good day, mate. Good day, mate. He can see in the future, and he says, you know what? It's still fucking hot, and David still has a fucked up hairline. Good to see everybody, man. I hope everybody had a good and happy 4th, man, honestly. Hope everybody had a good time. Hang on, I'm getting a text message about some work. Hang on, okay. Asha Kumar, welcome. Welcome. All the way from the future. Put another shrimp on the bobby. Another shrimp on the bobby. Riley's like, I like shrimp. Ted Cruz with a top down. Happy 4th of July. Chavez 8688. Good evening. Welcome. Everybody, hope you had a happy 4th. Welcome. Smash that like and subscribe. Cliff's going to call in a little bit too. We're going to do some Q&A tonight. He had to go pick up his car from the dealer. I just got off the phone with him. So if you guys have Q&A tonight, mods, if you really could help me moderate the questions, that'd be awesome. And help keep the chat rolling. So I appreciate if you could. Thank you. I no bullshit. He's going to call. He texted me earlier. He's like, hey, you going to be live tonight? I said, yes. Do you want to talk some more? He said, absolutely. So we'll do a little Q&A here whenever I get the text from him. So you guys will get the chance to ask Clifton Ware some questions. So in the meantime, what we're going to talk about is Michael Parisi, Semper Fi! Michael Parisi in the motherfucking house, Semper Fi! Give me a second. Yeah, I'll send later. All right. Okay, DJ Thice all the way. Cat Mom, she's got a question. Save your questions. He's gonna call in whenever he's back. He had to go pick up his car from the dealership. Okay. Yeah, I know all you guys have a lot of questions, and I'm sure he's gonna love to answer them for you guys, man. Okay, sorry. Let's take a peek here. Yeah, the last interview was bombshell. It really was. So big shout out to Cliff, man. And here we go. The reason, dude, this is, type stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, yeah, hang on. Join the stream. Give me a second. All right. Okay, so I look like Adolf. I know my little fucking flip, bro. I know. I gotta flip it back. Hang on. I don't look like Adolf here. Let me slick it back. I usually try to get it up under the headphones there. Hobby. Oh man, Cliff's interview was bomb, man. It was bombshell. It was awesome. And again, okay, now let's go back to when he talked about David asking the members to go to the doctors to get pills for him. Right? At the time, Cliff said at the time he'd only got him some antibiotics, right? But now think about this. David's a manipulative piece of shit, right? Now, if David has the nerve to send Cliff on an errand like that, what's to say he wouldn't send Susan or somebody a little more brainwashed and be like, hey, I need you to go pick up these fucking Xanax from the doctors for me. Tell him that you have really bad anxiety. And because you guys, we've seen David in some of his bullshit ass interviews. Hey, Matthew Moore, good evening, welcome, Matthew Moore. That's what house. Yeah, the interview's great, man. The interview was on point. It touched, and Cliff's gonna call in a bit. He's gonna do some Q&A with y'all, man. He wants to talk more. When we're gonna let him. We're gonna let him talk. That's it. We're gonna let him talk. He needs to talk. He wants to talk. But what I've talked to a lot of you guys offline, right? One in particular, Bill Cosby ASMR, and I've a lot of medical professionals, everything, guys, everything. And we're all saying here, okay, what the fuck is David on? It all makes sense now, right? Drugs. He's taking prescription fucking pills and he's having his members go to the doctor and doctor shop for him. It's a very real thing. You can do that, right? I was just telling Cliff before I got off the phone, I used to work at Aetna, right? I used to work at Aetna and I did pharmacy benefit management, right? It's the bottom of the fucking barrel work. It really is. You're working at the call center, filling people's medications. And guess what? You see everybody's sickness at that point. You see what everybody has. You hear everybody's everybody, okay? You hear everybody's everything. And it's very sad. It's very depressing. All right? It is. It's very sad and depressing to work at pharmacy benefit management. What happens, right? When you start getting certain prescriptions, especially when they're fucking narcotics, right? That's just registered, and it's registered with the DEA, all right? Now, what David's doing, he is for sure. Let me get the seed bell. Oh shit, a seed! That's a 4th of July seed. 4th of July seed. Javi does Dallas. Thank you, Javi. Thank you for the seed. Marley says, hey. He's all, hey, Javi, can you chill with the seed so my dad doesn't ring the fucking bell all the time? Marley's all, I fucking hate that fucking bell. Oh, man. Yeah, so prescription shopping, right? People do it, right? And they do it to get fucking drugs, to get legal narcotics, right? Because man, if we've seen David, remember you guys, if you guys remember when we saw David sitting in the fucking Jabba the Hutt chair all low with his hat all fucking low to his eyes, looking down like this so nobody could see his fucking face, he was on fucking drugs. I am not dumb, you guys. And I know a lot of us in here aren't either. Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's a very real thing. Jake, right? I saw a pain management doctor once where the people waiting were swapping stories on what to ask for. I guarantee if David asked Cliff to go get some fucking pills for him, he is having other people in his fucking cult go get drugs for him from the doctors. I'm not dumb. That's how people work, man. Why would David go get shit from the street when he could just have his fucking brainwashed cult members go to the doctor for him and fucking feign illness, bring back a fucking script full of 60 Xanax bars, enough to kill a fucking elephant? Right? So prescription shopping. So now we know for sure that David is for sure doing some fucking illegal shit with doctors, right? Yeah, and Cliff's gonna be in to answer some more questions, and when he gets on, man, I'm just gonna let the guy talk, dude. Let him talk some more. He has a lot to say, man, and hang on. He has a lot to say. Yeah, there's probably better stuff on the streets, right? But the thing is it's almost like David's below getting stuff on the street, right? Like he's like, oh, I don't do that stuff. I get it from the doctors. Yeah, pill mills are easy to get, whatever. Yeah, you find a pill mill, yeah, you could, it wouldn't be hard for somebody to go in there, right? And also, what if David is using prescriptions, right? What if David knows people are on prescriptions and he's using them as type of a control, as a control module, as a control method, either taking them away or more cowbell. Riley's like, I hate that fucking cowbell. He's a Lord Pender. Will you please stop with the $4.99 seeds? Yeah, right. And okay, and here's one thing that we've noticed: the weight gain. Right, when you're popping pills, you're gaining fucking weight, especially if they are narcotics. Right, opioids specifically. I'm telling you, man. I'm sure David's got a personal dealer somewhere, which is why he probably stays up in Taylor so much, right, Dice? For sure. David's probably got his personal and again, dude, telling you, man. Telling you. Here's the thing. And what Cliff was just telling me just before I fucking got off the phone with him, Cliff was telling me, he's like, I don't know what the symptoms to look for, but he was like, he would stay up all night and sleep all fucking day. I was like, it makes sense, right? So he's fucking taking uppers at night and then taking downers in the day, right? Yeah, opioids you can't poop. It backs up your shithole, dude. It does. It backs up your shitter. If you're taking a lot of opioids, guess what? You're gonna have to take medication to help you shit. Just the way it works. That's how opioids work, man. Oh shit, DJ Thice! DJ Thice all the way from motherfucking Holland. DJ Thice. Yeah, opioids you can't poop. Yeah, Steve, I believe at one point was actually asked to stop taking his blood sugar medication, which is absolutely fucking dumb, right? Davies doesn't see. Dice is like, I hate that fucking bell. Sorry, Dice. Yeah, he's on more meds than Elvis, right? No bullshit. That's what I'm saying. It's like Michelle's gonna walk in one day and David's gonna be fucking killed over like taking a shit, and he's gonna be like popping veins on his forehead and shit, right? David's got the Elvis syndrome going on, right? He's overweight. He's no doubt popping fucking pills, a shitty fucking diet, right? We already know he's got hypercholesterol. That's gonna lead to diabetes. Okay. On top of that, the stress, okay? And what I just found out, check this out. David has to have all the shit for his fucking court date by Monday. The judge upheld all the shit that the prosecutors are asking for. They're like, nah, fuck that. The judge went ahead, signed off on everything, and said, yeah. I think the only thing that they're not going to bring up, we're still looking into it, is some of the interrogatories. But David, you have to have everything by Monday, and you fucking know it, dude. So David pulls a $40,000 credit card, right? That shit's maxed. That shit is gone. It's done. It's toast. That 40 grand went to his fucking lawyers, okay? Gone. 40K, dust. Now he's paying off his lawyers with interest. And I'm going to step out on a limb here tonight, and I'm just going to fucking do it because I now know what David is doing to pay off his personal bills. We know it. He's commingling. David is commingling the funds with his personal funds, okay? Stand by here. And I don't know what this is going to do, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and do it anyways. Whew, so exciting. All right, give me a second. Uno momento, por favor. I'm already having an anxiety attack doing this. I'm going to fucking do it because he's a fucking fraud, man. He's a fucking fraud. He's a fucking lying fraud using the church funds to fucking defraud the fucking government. He's been doing it for fucking years. And nobody's, the government's like, hey, let's just keep handing him fucking tax exemptions so he could fucking keep doing it. Yeah, he's a real fucking great prophet. Great fucking prophet. Whew. I don't know what the fuck is about to happen, but I'm going to do this anyways, man. Fuck him. All right, here we go. You guys ready? Oh, man. All right. Oh, man. All right. I give you David E. Taylor's credit report. Okay. This is David's credit report, and you guys are probably wondering how the fuck I got it. I won't say, but I'm wondering how the fuck I was able to answer all the questions about him too. Okay. So I have done nothing illegal at this point except look at his credit report. Okay. I haven't pulled any credit cards or anything like that. All I've done is just merely look at what he's been doing financially, right? And when you look into it, might not look much for him being such a wise businessman. A 669 credit score. He's 84 grand in debt. He's got 71% credit usage. Okay. I'm having a huge fucking anxiety attack right now. I really am. Oh shit. All right, hold up. Okay, so this was. Let's take a peek. David's probably, what the fuck is he doing with my credit report? Yeah, David, fuck you. I had your social. I haven't done anything illegal except look at his bullshit. Let me look. Okay, this is what I wanted to. Let me see here. Let's take a peek. I want to find. Okay, check this out. This is real important too. Look at all the fucking names and addresses this piece of shit has on a fucking credit report. Yo, fuck this. Yeah, he's a fucking fraud, man. Okay, check it out. All right, check. Here we go. Here we go. This is where shit gets fucking juicy right here. Check this shit out. All right. He pulls a fucking $40,000 credit card, maxes it in fucking May. Bam, maxes it. $40,000 one month. Y'all thought I was bullshitting about that? Nope. That actually fucking happened. That actually happened. 40 grand down the fucking drain to his lawyers, gone, toast, goodbye. With interest. Probably fucking high interest too, okay? Let's take a peek here. David's like, fucking copyright him. No, you can't copyright this shit, David. Sorry, my man. All right, let's take a peek here. That's Applied Bank. Okay, what I wanted to look at now too was the lines of credit for the vehicles. Here we go. TD Auto Finance, 3 closed accounts. Oh, look, you bought a Bentley with church money, everybody. Oh, I didn't pay for the Bentley with church money. No, why would Apostle do that? No. He's very frugal. He's very frugal. All right, so he still owes $30,000 there. TD Auto Finance. Other accounts. He's probably glaze raging right now. He's like, fucking get that off there. Let's take a peek here. Let's look at his. He's probably shitting a brick right now. I love it. Okay, so here's one of his other vehicles. Now, he's laundering money. You can't commingle the funds. You can't fucking commingle the funds. It's illegal. He's paying off his fucking personal shit with the goddamn fucking church funds. Oh, his annual salary based on this? Well, if he's making $1,200 a month payments times 2, that's $24,000 a month, give or take, but oh no, he didn't buy a Bentley with church funds. No, why would he do that? Instead of fucking roid rage, it's glaze rage. It's glaze rage. Right. So David pays $115,000 for this Bentley, right? And it was paid closed. It was a joint responsibility, 60 months. Okay. Ally Financial, I was trying to figure the interest on this one earlier, and based right now on these payments, right, he got a fucking like 6-year loan or some shit on this one, 72 months. Yeah, he went out 6 years on this like a dipshit. Dude. No, did he go out longer terms? 12, 24. Yeah. Okay, he's never been late. Hey, he's never been fucking late on his personal bills, but hey, fuck the stage builders. Hey, I'm going to pay my own fucking bills first. Yo, fuck them. Fuck them. I got to pay my $678 a month, right? Here's the thing. This is the thing. Dave's not working a real fucking job, so he can't take the church funds and pay off his personal shit. It's illegal. It's illegal. And based off this, right, if they're paying $678 a month, right, and they've, I'm trying to think, at 678, and they've paid for 12, 24, 36, they've paid close to $42,000 on this. He's paid close to 42 grand on this vehicle already. I haven't been able to figure the interest, right? I haven't. I don't know what the interest is. I'm not that good at math. Okay, thanks. Lord Pender figured it 23% interest. It's a shitload. When I saw it, thanks, Pender. That's what I was trying to figure. I'm horrible at math, bro. Thank you. So yeah, I was trying to figure. I know he was over 15 fucking percent, dude. I knew he was pushing 20% for sure. On this one, yeah, he's 23% interest on this car, dude. And let's see. So $678 a month. I'm guessing this could be Ally Financial. It's a $60,000 vehicle. Or no, it's 37. I'm sorry. And how much have they already paid on it? At 72 months, at that rate, $678 at 72 months, it comes out. Yep, $48,000. The $37,000 price tag. Oh, he's very frugal. David's like, I'm a very frugal shopper. But hey, I got a great interest rate on this car. I got 23% interest rate. Oh man. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm horrible at math, dude. Bentley Financial. That one was joint. Yeah, this one was joint. How much were the payments a month? It was a $115,000 car. They paid on it 1, 2, 3, 4, say 5 years. They paid on that for 5 years. Yeah, I stopped at math, Pender. Terms met, closed. 30 days past due right there in 2021. Possibly due to the fucking court case, or maybe they were putting a down payment on the stage or some bullshit. Hey, it's so frugal of him to get 23% interest on a fucking car. Oh, shit. Oh, holy shit, man. Okay, there's 23,000. Look, he's never late on his own fucking bills, but he fucks everybody else over. Oh, man. Probably co-sign with Michelle, yeah, because I don't think David could get a real loan. Honestly, I don't think he could. This is Wells Fargo Bank, okay? Know that for sure. That's WF Bank, so that's Wells Fargo. That's where they got the loan from. I guarantee that loan isn't in David's name. Well, no, it has to be. It's on his credit report. I wonder why David M. Taylor. Who the fuck is David M. Taylor? Uh-huh. David probably never thought I'd pull your credit report and show it to everybody, did you? Oh, man. David's like, fuck him. He's like, Tony, come fix this. Get my credit report out of here. Fix my credit report, Tony. Oh, shit. You can't lie about this. This is David's credit report. And again, right? Through means on the internet. David's social was on the fucking public platform. We just had to know where to look, man. No, only David is this financially irresponsible. Oh, man. Oh, I'm sure he lies about his income on loan apps. Yeah, but the thing is, this would have to been co-signed probably. He's like, I got a 670 credit score. Oh, David, you know this falls under fair use too, dude. This is how you fucking report and you investigate. Sorry, David, dude. Whoever put that fucking David E. Taylor internet out, the fucking webpage out on the internet, that's fucking gone now. Okay, David, your social was there. Your social security number was there. I have never done anything fucking illegal with it except put it on IRS forms and look at your fucking credit report to see what's going on. You don't like it, you can go eat another box of fucking Krispy Kreme donuts and fucking sue me. Sue me. He's like, oh, I'll pay my Capital One card. That's only $15. He's like, hey, $15? Got it. Don't worry about it. That's the thing. Somebody would have had to co-sign for that motherfucker for sure, dude. 40,000? 40 grand? Yeah, dude. Somebody would have had to, somebody had to co-sign for that bad boy. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Dude, he maxed it in the same month. He maxed it in dude, he pulled it in May, he maxed it in a month. 40 fucking grand. I guarantee you, this credit card is a high interest rate credit card too. I guarantee it. I guarantee the interest on this card. Fuck, man. $40,000 on a high interest card. Yeah, this is fantastic. This is a dip into fucking David's personal shit, right? This is a little dig deeper into who the so-called frugal apostle is. 23% interest rate on a fucking vehicle. Yeah, that's real frugal, David. Good job. Way to go, David. Way to spend the church money. Because now here's the thing, guys. David is not working a regular fucking job to pay his personal fucking bills. How the fuck is he paying these bills when nobody's working a regular fucking job? Anybody putting the pieces together here now? I hope we all are, man. I really do. I'm sure we all are sitting here like, how the fuck is this man getting a $40,000 credit card in his name? How the fuck is he paying these loans when nobody's working a regular job? They're all fucking volunteers. David, this is fucking money laundering, and the IRS is sitting up there. Oh, let's just give him another. Hey, let's give David E. Taylor another tax exemption so he can just go ahead and fuck over the public. Way to go, IRS. But he's a very wise businessman. He's so frugal. Look at that. 40 grand, dude. 40 grand. Opened it April 12th. Maxed it. Oh, yeah. He actually maxed it in April. Maxed it in April. All he's got to do is make that $1,300 a month payment, and he's good. So now what we have is commingling of church funds, right? Now David's taking the money from the supposed fucking cult, right? This is a cult, by the way. I say church because that's what he's claiming to be, right? And you can't commingle church funds with your personal life, which is exactly what David did right now here, right? And what David has to do by Monday is answer all these questions. David has a lot of fucking questions, a lot of depositions to fucking... David, hey, David, when I tell you you're fucked, dude. You should, dude, David, we should have been your board. You should have hired us. Dude, we probably would have done it for free, David. Had you just pulled your head out of your fucking ass and said, hey, maybe I should fucking listen instead of fucking being a sociopath and narcissist and devouring all the fucking Krispy Kreme donuts so nobody else can have any. That way David gets everything, right? And David, Cliff's going to call in a minute, too. He's going to call in. And David, we're going to do some Q&A tonight with Cliff. You know, we're going to talk about your little fucking prescription habit. I know you have a prescription habit. That's... David, I have no reason to not believe what fucking Cliff told me. When he came out and said that he went to the doctor for you, dude, I had no reason not to believe you. Lindsay, good evening. Good, Lindsay. Lindsay in the motherfucking house. David M. Taylor, born same month and year as David E. Taylor, died in 2012. Okay. Oh, yeah, he's burnt, Lindsay. Yeah, young, uneducated. Yep, exactly. Young, uneducated. Exactly. It's the best way to keep somebody brainwashed, keep them uneducated, right? Don't let them fucking know the outside world. That's the cult. That's the I and the cult bite model, right? Information control. Once you control the information, then you can start reforming the mind. Yep. Uneducated, you could reform, re-educate, and take full control. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's very easy. You start controlling information. Yeah, dude, thank you, 131, right? Dude, we fucking knew he was zooted on those fucking pills, dude. We knew it. We called it. We called it when we seen him like, dude, he's fucking lit, dude. He's on motherfucking pills. Yeah. Bigger they are, the larger they fall. Bigger they are, the harder they fall. And David, David's all, I can't afford $27. Man. Applied Bank, Capital One, CBNA. What's this? Oh, he won't max this one though. He goes $68 monthly payment, highest balance. What is the balance on it? 10 grand credit limit. The thing is, he has to submit to depositions by Monday. By Monday. Nope, nobody's contacted me. No, somebody contacted me the day of. Brianna did. Brianna, I called you from my phone number too. Y'all stop fucking lying to yourselves, okay? I'm telling you, be on tonight for. I'm just waiting on Cliff to call. He's gonna call in again. He had to go pick up his car from the dealership. He texted me. He's like, "Hey, you gonna be live tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, you want to talk some more?" So, Cliff will be on in a bit. He wants to talk more with you guys. He wants to answer. He wants to answer your guys' questions. I guarantee you that. Cliff wants to answer your guys' questions. Trust me. Me and Cliff, we started talking a few months ago. Right around the time David got the hotel. Yep, David is avoiding any deposition or release of discovery. That's exactly what he's doing. He's pulling another Harold Lewis type case deal, right? He's thinking, oh, I can just fucking stonewall the judge and be like, hey, you know, I don't have to do this because, well, I'll just do it like Harold Lewis and keep stonewalling the judge. No, we're 6 months into a fucking federal case, David. Hey, asshole, you're taking my fucking money now, you piece of shit. You're wasting my fucking money. His amputated leg has grown back. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Yeah, Cliff's a beast, dude. Cliff's a fucking beast, dude. He wants to answer your guys' question. Trust me. He does, man. He wants to answer your guys' questions. We've already talked a lot, man. I've had a lot of good conversations with Cliff, man. I don't want to be the one to tell you guys because I want him to tell you. It's his place to tell you the story. Yeah, 10%, still not good. Anything over like 5% on a car loan, you're getting shafted. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Hey, Kelstorm, all the way from UK. Welcome, Kelstorm. Welcome. Yeah, David could end up in jail for prison for this. This is fraud. This is tax fraud, tax evasion. Any way you want to spin it, it's money laundering. Now, what we're talking now, Daniela Bogdanov, right, is David uses the cult members to get prescription drugs for him. We're not dumb now. After Cliff's interview the other night and Cliff saying, yeah, I went and got pills for him. And again, I'm not placing blame. I'm just saying this is what David does. He puts the people to go do his fucking dirty work, which is why there's RICO laws. That's why there's RICO laws. David's all, what's RICO? Is it the guy from fucking Napoleon Dynamite, Uncle Rico? Well, yes, David. Uncle Rico. He found us. He found us, Cat Mom. He'd been watching us for a while. Yeah. Yeah. Cat Mom, he found us. He'd been watching our channels. His decompression, that's how what he did is the channels helped him ultimately, right? Quick Report, motherfucking ass. Welcome, Quick Report. Yeah, Quacko. Big shout out to my boy, Quick Report, who now owns the website 5fchurch.com. Give a big shout out to Quick Report. Dude, y'all make sure you subscribe to his channel. We're going to fucking blow Catherine Crick out of the fucking water, okay? I can't do 2 at a time, but it's going to take more than one for Catherine for sure. It's going to take all of us for Catherine. So Crick Report got in a bidding war with somebody today over the domain name, and he got it. He won it. So thumbs up to Crick Report. I'll make you a mod too, actually. I need to make Crick Report a mod. There we go. Yeah, Prime is 8.25, not a good time to buy. But no, see, the vehicles were bought several years ago. Quick Report. But yeah, he could absolutely go to prison, especially for the prescriptions. Okay, Cliff said, I just got a text from Cliff. He's on his way home. He said he's listening right now. So probably about 10, 15 more minutes. Cliff will give a call and I'll get him on Bluetooth. And Dan Alexander, all the way from Canada. All the way from up north. What's up from the northern border, Canada? Dan Alexander. Welcome to the chat tonight. Welcome. Fucking Chuck Norris. So yeah, quick report. Good job. Yeah, dude. He also has 5fchurch.net. Dude, we're going to stop these fucking scam artists, dude. Tired of it. We're tired of the bullshit. We're tired of the bullshit. We're tired of these people getting away with bullshit, man. Enough. Right? David's out fucking laundering money, right? We found out your little bullshit scam. David, we found out now you're having your cult members shop for prescriptions for you. David, that's where the fucking DEA gets involved. That is where the DEA will fucking pick up your stinky ass fucking snail trail of glaze, all right, that you fucking leave everywhere you walk, and they will fucking hem you up to the fucking wall, David. You get the DEA involved, man. You don't want to fuck with those guys. Go shit in your hats. Yes, Michael. Dude, that's exact. Dude, you're on it. Dude, you with me, Michael? Tracking, bro? Tracking? Telling you, this motherfucker's having his people pill shop for him. I've seen him fucked up on pills, man. We all have. We all have seen it. We were just not sure. Right on. Mud, send in a 13909 today. Dope. Keep sending them in. Keep sending them, you guys. Keep sending them in. Keep sending them. And I'm with you, Michael. I guarantee that he's... Lenny, right? Remember Lenny? Lenny, if you're listening, let us know what's up, dude. Remember Lenny that came in, said he was worried about his mom going? Lenny, dude, we still got you on that, Lenny. Yeah, now we have the confirmation. Okay, and here's the thing. Cliff already said, he's like, look, I just went and, as far as I know, I went and got some antibiotics, right? But what if that was just the beginning of it? I think it absolutely is. I think it absolutely is. Doyle's only drunk. At least Doyle's only drunk. David's all, fuck, I'm going to eat a fucking bottle full of pills. They're not mine, but I'm going to take them anyways, everybody. Absolutely. And when you do that, it's illegal, dude. You get the DEA involved when you start pill shopping like that. Yeah. Yeah, Lenny, if you're listening, man, call us, dude. Let us know what's up, dude. Let us know what's up. You can call in private, dude. I won't show your number or anything like that. But I get, yeah, David's credit report. I mean, it's shit, right? We just got done looking at that just a little bit ago. For those of you who just got in here, we're looking at David's credit report. Okay, he is in debt. Yeah. There's David's credit report. I bet he's so pissed. Yeah. Yeah, David could sure cure cancer, but needs antibiotics. Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. I don't think it was antibiotics, though. That's just me, though. David's a fucking pill popper. They're too easy. Dude, pills are easy. They're easy. Oh, fucking pan full of pills. Let me fucking pop those in my mouth. A few drinks of water. Done. Fucking wait for that shit to come up. Yeah, David, using our brother vets is not good for your health, man. I'm telling you, David, it is not good for your health. It's not, David. We can report you straight up to the fucking federal government, dude. We'll report you straight to the fucking VA that you're scamming veterans. And you know what? That'll escalate a fucking case real fucking fast. They find out you're scamming veteran pensions. Because you know what the government doesn't like you doing is scamming veteran pension funds. There's such places. I always go back to this. I always go back. Check it. Okay, this is real. This actually happened. Yo, Residential Centers of America, least. Oh, what up? Welcome. I know he's scamming veteran pensions, man. I'm not dumb. Okay. This was right around the time. And they raided, dude, the FBI raided multiple fucking locations that day, too. It was all at one time. It's all in one day. It was all in one fucking day.
A church in Walterville in Liberty County was surrounded by FBI agents this morning.
And WSAV's Joanne Merrigan has more on the surprise raid and what some people in the community are saying about it.
The FBI confirms that agents out of its Atlanta bureau raided this church earlier today, along with agents from 2 other federal agencies. They say they were executing a search warrant. Federal agents converging on the House of Prayer Christian Church about 8 o'clock Thursday morning. The FBI provided no details on the reason for the search warrant or what they're looking for. At one point, a group of people from inside the building were outside, apparently under guard. It's not known if these are congregation members. Many in the community say they've heard of this church.
And most people, when people say the church on Airport Road, and they say that church is kind of like...
Jeffrey Lewis says the church is considered controversial.
You may think
bitter bad bitch in the motherfucking house.
Because of their dressing and how they move. So
bitter bad, what up? Where you been? Bitter bad bitch. Bitter bad bitch in the motherfucking house. Bitter bad bitch. She's the bitter bad bitch. Bitter bad bitch. Where you been, bitter bad bitch? Bitter. Oh man, good to see you, bitter bad. Welcome. Hope you're having a good evening. What we're talking about right now is VA fraud and David extorting veterans, right? And he absolutely is. Clifton Ware is going to call in too in a bit. I'm just waiting for him to get home. I'm just waiting on Clifton to get home. He's going to call in and do some Q&A with you all tonight. So you guys, I would ask the moderators, please, to screen the questions if you would, and to help keep the chat engaged. And I'm not going to do shit except sit back and let the man talk and let you guys answer the questions that I'm sure a lot of you guys have, right? I've talked to Cliff for a bit, right? I'm sure there's stuff I haven't heard yet, and I would love to just... Yeah, Johnny Shelby in the motherfucking house. Johnny Shelby in the motherfucking house. Got some Q&A with Clifton Ware tonight. Yeah. So he's going to come on here in a bit. He just texted me about 15 minutes ago. He should be home shortly. And he's going to come on and do Q&A with you guys. So I feel honored, too, actually, that we're going to have him here tonight again. He said the church was in Airport Road. David's new hotel's right by Bush Intercontinental. Yep. Well, and think of the movement he's got his cult members doing, right? Think of how quick he could traffic these people around the fucking country, dude. Put them on a fucking plane. Go to this place. Get the fuck out of here. Right? Break the cult up so they don't know what's going on, man. Honestly. Hey, Stevie Coronado, welcome, Steve Coronado, welcome to live, welcome. Ask me. He says, hey, will you ask me? Well, you need to ask Michelle, because she has all the answers around here, okay? Yeah, Jake and Lord Pender, yeah. Lord Pender's the video master, and Jake is the thumbnail master. The thumbnail you see in the right corner, Jake made that, by the way, you guys. So the L. Ron Taylor, Jake made that. So yeah, you see the little thumbnail up here. Jake makes those. We know of one right now, and I've lost my status, but I'm back. Nah, you're good, bitter bad. No way. Yeah, I have a dream degree from the campus of the Harvest. HR, thanks for stopping in. They're like, yeah, I'll still go ahead and throw that degree away. What are these people actually learning at this campus, right?
if you don't know nothing about it, yeah, we be presented as a cult. Come from what you see on TV. You understand what I'm saying? But as far as knowing anything in depth in there, no. I've heard plenty of stories from people that when they visit.
In 2017, some people protested the church, saying that they were not being allowed to see their loved ones. The church pastor at the time said that congregation members were free to come and go as they chose. It's not known if this had anything to do with the raid on Thursday. Chris Chandler says he's heard lots of things about the church, but he also says that he has met some people in the congregation.
I've worked with some people, and I've known some people that have gone to the congregation, or they're part of it.
I think Scientology's about to go down in a big fucking way. I do. I'm hoping it does. I'm rooting for it. This place, Jake? No, this place was scamming veterans, bro.
Very happy. They enjoy it. You know, it's a part of life for them, and they love it.
The FBI is not providing a timetable on when more information about the search warrant may be made public.
Yeah, when those guys show up with the fucking FBI on the back, you're in a shitload of shit. Yeah, Clifton? Yeah. Yeah, he'll be here in a bit or bad. Yeah. He just texted me. I was just on the phone with him just before we started this stream. He's like, hey, I got to go pick up my car, but can I call? I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Let's raise the pressure a little bit. Let's raise the pressure, huh? David's capping at Krispy Kreme. Chris Chandler.
At this point, no arrests have been made. The FBI says this investigation is ongoing. From Liberty County, I'm Joanne Merrigan, WSAV News 3 on your side.
All right, no bullshit. What was happening was this guy, House of Prayer Christian Church, that was in Georgia. It all happened the same day. Lenny, there you are, dude. Lenny, we were just talking about you, man. Dude, we were just talking about you. Not in a bad way, but dude, what's up? I like Lenny. Look at Lenny's image too. It's got a pigeon on it. I love it. Check it. See if Valley
Only confirmed they executed a warrant at the church last Thursday. They also conducted raids that same day at House of Prayer churches in Georgia, as well as in Killeen, Texas. Gladys Jordan attended the House of Prayer Christian Church in Hinesville, Georgia for more than a decade. She told me she left because she started to believe the church was more of a cult. Jordan says the church uses ploys to brainwash and manipulate their members.
The control, you can't go on the internet, no TV.
Good, Lenny.
Where
good.
No ankle socks, no boxer shorts. When I tell you they control everything, they control everything.
The church is owned by the nonprofit House of Prayer Christian Churches of America organization. I went to the Assembly of Prayer Church in Killeen today to get a comment from the members of the church. I was told, quote, come by on Sunday if you want to see for yourself. We'll continue to follow this developing story as we learn more information. Bailey?
All right, thank you very much. Darren Mullis live in the 6.
Yeah, Lenny, that's good. Your mom needs to listen to the... Cliff's going to come on in a bit and talk some more, Lenny. Yep, that's good news, Lenny. That's good, dude. Your mom doesn't need to move to Texas, bro. Keep her right where she's at, dude. Tell her to go to church, dude. Tell her to go to her local church. Oh, yeah, the House of Prayer Christian Church. The House of Prayer Christian Church, what happened was they were extorting veteran funds, man. What I dug up. This is in Hepzibah, Georgia. They were stationed
New
around...
at 10, the FBI raided Assembly of Prayer Church in South Augusta today. News Channel 6's Mary Calkins has the latest on the investigation.
The sign here at Assembly of Prayer reads, "We came here to pray." Thursday, the FBI came here to search. But for what? We don't know. The FBI says they cannot release why the church off Old Tobacco Road was raided as the investigation is ongoing. Neighbors say they have questions.
Boy, I was surprised, shocked. Yeah, I just see him out.
So that's good. We want her to stop giving. Tell her to donate to the American Legion Hall, to the veterans, man. Tell her to donate to the veterans, man. Yeah, he's like the creepy Uncle Napoleon Dynamite, right? He really is. He really is. Let's see here. Where was David's last night's stream? Let's take it out. Let's check it out here. I'm going to copyright him now. I'm going to copyright him.
It's both ways. You got people who lean more toward the lion, but they haven't developed the right peace, or the others,
hey,
they are
Jasper,
peaceful.
Good evening.
But they don't like fighting. They don't like the lion. You got to be balanced. The straight and narrow road that leads to the straight gate into life is a tight walk. It's like you got to keep your balance. You can't be, watch this, all over here with this truth. It's like you got to keep your balance. You can't be, watch this, all over here with this.
All right. Look at, oh, he's all Nike'd out. No, he's Nike'd from head to toe, bitter bad. He's probably wearing fucking Nike underwear too. Nike socks, Nike shoes, Nike track outfit. No, David is the cult poster boy of Nikes. Trip 9, what up, Trip 9, motherfucking house. Trip 9, how many fraud reports you got into the IRS now, my man? Mud sent in his first one today, too. Mud sends in his first fraud report. Trip 9's probably like, I sent in like 5,000 today. He's like, fuck, David, I'm getting my money back. Dude, look at how, look at that. That's fucking opioid eyes. Look at that. Look at that. Motherfucker ain't sleeping. Remember, Clifton said, like, hey, man, the motherfucking ass sleep all day and he's up all goddamn night. Well, that's because he's doing uppers and downers for sure. For sure. Look at that. That's dead. That's a dead giveaway. This motherfucker sleeps. His sleep cycle's all out of whack. It really is. Look at his eyes, man. Closer to 130. Right on, right on. But yeah, this is him last night, man. And he doesn't look healthy at all. He doesn't look good at all, man. Like, look at David, the dark circles under your eyes, dude. That's proof. David, he loves drugs. Yeah, he does. Fuck yeah, he's doing drugs. I'm not dumb, dude. I'm not dumb. He is doing drugs, man. I'm not stupid. Look at that. That's like, man, that's like dark circle on dark circle, man.
Truth, but you neglecting this one at the expense of that.
You expecting the expense of that.
It's a walk of balance. Sin makes you unbalanced. It gives you an unjust weight. And that's why the Lord told the king, he says, you found weighed in the balance and found wanting. How do you fix that problem? Patience.
You main vein of fucking, you main vein an 8 of some fucking Krispy Kreme, okay? He's like, that's how you solve that problem in Minecraft, okay? Nah, he looks like shit, man.
Let her have her perfect work in you, that you may be entirely
still doing drugs too,
lacking or wanting nothing.
You can tell.
And so I learned from the past, if I would have just slowed down.
He's definitely still doing drugs. Hey, Panda Test, good evening, all the way from Argentina. Welcome to the chat. Panda Test all the way from Argentina. Welcome. Argentina in the motherfucking house. Welcome to the chat. We're talking David E. Taylor, Full Furley, 2.0. Talking about how Walrus with the wig here is using his members to basically shop prescriptions for him and get him drugs. I don't hate him. I dislike the shit that he's doing. I don't hate people, man. I just dislike what the fuck he's doing. Nah, he's doing what's called tripoding, right? It's because David's so out of breath. I'm not dogging him. I'm not. He's out of shape. He needs that podium. He needs that podium or it's a chair. One of the two.
Long enough, I could have learned more. I could have avoided a lot of pitfalls and mistakes I made in the past. If I would have just slowed down, but I was so anxious. I was rushy.
Bags under his eyes. Hey, thanks for the seed, Panda Test.
God has taught me
Thank you,
so
thank you,
much.
thank you, Panda Test. Welcome.
I'm so happy. I'm willing to sit in his presence and just listen to him.
Oh, okay.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, brothers and sisters.
People want stuff so bad that they will deceive themselves.
He has a spherical shape. That's his shape is sphere. He's a sphere. He's like so round. That's what defines his shape. He's like perfectly round. Yeah, he is. He's doing a lot of fucking drugs, man. Again, I just got off the phone with Cliff. He's like, that's the thing, man. And I can't. Some people don't recognize the symptoms of uppers and downers, man. I do. I thought tripoding is what happens after 4 hours after Viagra. Jake. Jake. I know he should go bald already, right, Panda? He should go bald already. Oh man. Oh yeah, the eyelids. Yeah, we're gonna talk. I'd like to
About
stick
what
with the
God
drug
is
use.
saying to them, because they rather not wait. They rather lie and say, God told me, God gave me an answer, where they really know he haven't truly given them a good enough answer. Even if he did, it needs time to simmer and settle. Just because you feel God has said yes, I've seen people get into marriages this way. They're rushing and they're anxious.
Hell yeah, I could see him. I could see David popping Viagra probably because his health is just so shit poor, and he has his sex drive is probably shit, right? His health is shit. He's doing drugs. He's doing pills. He's popping pills, David. I'm not fucking dumb, David. We're not dumb. We know you're popping fucking pills and you're using your cult members to go to the fucking doctors and get the medication. Not fucking dumb. David's all, oh, is tripoding and teabagging the same good or bad? Because, yeah. I like teabagging better than tripoding.
God gave me a dream. How you know that wasn't a dream of your own spirit? But if you'll wait long enough, God will reveal. He'll show you you're on the wrong path. He'll show you that ain't the right person, that you deceived yourself, that your dream was from your own spirit. I'm not saying God can't speak in dreams who your wife or husband is. But that anxious spirit, it will destroy you. It destroy your life. It says these words, be anxious for nothing, but in everything. How many things? Everything by supplication and prayer with thanksgiving, make your request known unto God, and the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your heart and mind.
Oh, y'all want to see what he did for the little 4th
The
of
answer
July
to
celebration?
anxiousness, if you're anxious and you know you're rushy and you're impatient, is
Hold on. That might
4th
be
of
Cliff.
July.
Give me a second.
So we have some things that you would be interested to see
All
of
right.
also what goes on.
All right, let me get Cliff on the phone here. Give me 1 second. Let me switch the screen up here, guys. Let me see here. Yeah, we'll leave it on YouTube. Fuck it. All right, give me a second. Let me get Clifton Bluetoothed in here. All right, this is y'all tonight, man. This is y'all tonight. You guys got questions for him? Tonight is your night. I would ask that the mods please help me screen the questions, man. I know you guys are going to have them, okay? And that's cool, and I want you guys to ask them, but if you can, just help me screen the questions, all right? All right, here we go.
Hello.
What up, Cliff? You ready, brother?
Oh yeah, I'm ready, bro.
Okay, we got you. We got you live. We are live already. So I'm always about ladies first. So Q&A night. What do you guys got for Cliff tonight, man? You guys got questions for the man? Now is your night to get him out to him. You know, let him know. It's your chance. Got thighs from Holland.
Hope everybody's doing good tonight.
Yeah. You should treat your staff like David does. I have a question. Where after the deposition, what was David's attitude? Did it get worse or did it get better?
Yeah, he got worse.
Got worse. Okay.
Yeah, we, you know,
You there, Cliff? Hello? Oh, I think I lost him. What happened? I could have lost him. Give me a second here.
okay, hello.
I think I lost you there, brother.
Okay,
Yeah, it happens.
gotcha. No
Okay.
problem, man. That ain't Tony working on the sound, is it?
No. I think so, bro.
Love you, Tony. Yeah, man, but yeah, like I was saying, anytime somebody exposes the truth about David, you know, when it's something negative about him, he likes to do damage control. And so immediately we'll start having all these staff meetings, and you know, he wants Michelle or himself or somebody else to pretty much coach everybody and you know, tell everybody, hey, you know, this is going on, this attack is coming from here, and then they start painting a picture of the person, you know, who they say the attack is coming from. So um the way they had us looking at Rick Frazier was like he was pretty much the boogeyman, the big bad wolf, you know, that was out to attack us, you know, because you know David is pretty much untouchable, so he says, and so you know he's telling us all these things. Well, I'm shielding you from this because if certain truths get out, even if it was true, it can destroy your mind, and you know, and people get afraid of that. And so they just, you know, for years, a lot of people didn't even watch the deposition, you know, on the staff. Some of them still may have not seen it because of that fear that he put in the people. And so he got bolder, saying, you know, he loves the battle, he loves this, he loves the publicity, and you know, and so a lot of people did start uh watching the ministry more after that. And then after the Vicky Yohe thing, though, you know, it started to dwindle down and, you know, taper off. But he did get bolder. He thought he was untouchable because, like you said, that was just a deposition, nothing federal.
You still got me, Cliff?
Oh yeah, I'm here, man.
Okay.
I was looking at some of these comments.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
On Superior Road.
Oh, sorry.
That. But it's no longer there. But you know, those are the kind of services she would do.
Come on. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, I'm back. I went to get a drink, man. My mouth is getting dry there.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that, brother. Let's see.
Good, bro.
Does David abuse Tony more than others?
No. Not a chance. I would say those who are closer to him get abused more. Whether it be verbal, physical, emotional, mental, he will do it. Spiritual. Tony, you know, I've seen him put hands on Tony before, like slapping him up. I've never seen him, you know, punch him or anything like that, but I've seen him open hand slap his, you know, like the back of his head type deal, side of his head. Even jack him up by his collar. But, you know, someone else that's closer to him, you know, I've also seen the aftermath of him busting his nose, busting his lip, blacking his eye, So, uh, me personally, I believe that uh, he wouldn't go to that extent with Tony, although I haven't been there in all these years now. I could be wrong, but uh, there's certain ones that I just don't believe he would go to that extent with, a lot of the Caucasian brothers, for example, because I believe that David believes they'll go to the police, where uh, some of the black guys, they probably wouldn't, and so that's, like I said, that's just my own personal belief from observation. And of course, David would try to refute that and say that he treats everybody the same, blah, 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 blah. But I've been around him behind closed doors and he don't treat everybody the same.
Have you personally seen anyone raise a hand to David E. Taylor?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No
Okay.
one.
Let's see. Let's take a peek here. I saw another good question here too. I have one. Does David take it have a certain abuse that he dishes out to each member? Does each member receive a different type of abuse?
Um, from from what I've seen, it's pretty much the same.
Okay.
Um, like I said, some of those who may be closer to him, that live with him both day and night, travel with him, that type of thing. The ones who get to see him let his hair down completely because he has a public image, then he has an image for the staff that isn't close to him, and then he's just raw and uncut with those that he selected to be around him. And so um, he, like I said, he pretty much dishes things out evenly across the board, but the closer you are, the more heavier it may be.
Okay. Okay. So your status as a member in the cult depends on what type of behavior David will enact around you.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Triple Nine has a good. He's got a good question. And Triple Nine, he's you all are tied together. Triple Nine had made some significant donations to David, and
Okay.
yeah, and he's in on it. He wants he wants his motherfucking money back. Is what he wants. I'm with him.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, me too.
yeah. If um, the children are the children at the hotel getting a proper education? If there's any kids there, what kind of education are they getting? Are they getting proper health care, proper education? The basic necessities a kid should have. Are they able to go out and play with friends, things like that?
Um, the uh, the first question, yes, there are children there. I have children there myself,
Okay.
and there are other people there with children. Some who had children while I was there, and then there seems to be like new families that have come since I've left from there,
Yep.
and they also have children that I've seen. Um, as far as education, I can't speak for everyone there. I don't know outside of my children. My children, they they do online schooling.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I'm able to, see what's going on.
You can track everything.
And yeah, I can track everything
Nice.
myself.
Good.
And I talk to my children often,
Mhm.
and so without having to go through their mom or anything. So
Mhm.
I can directly speak with them when I call them. They can call me freely. Um, but as far as the other children, like I said, I can't say for sure.
Mhm.
Um, that was a big thing for me when I was there, was that nobody had a stable home, or nobody had a home at all. Everybody was pretty much shacked up together.
Mhm.
Um, and then because of that, there was always some type of issue with residency when it came for the children,
Mhm.
because like if the landlord, they may have they might have to sign off on the occupancy thing, and only so many people can live in a house. And so the thing that he had to sign off on, he was saying, hey, there's only supposed to be X amount of people here. And there was, at that time, man, it was like 20, probably 20 people there at the time. And, you know, this was in St. Louis. And, you know, it was an issue for the children to get registered for school. You know, that's happened a few times. And then, you know, it's just like, in my opinion, you know, because like my daughter that I have with me, you know, she was struggling when she got with me. And we turned all that around. And the same thing with my other children. You know, I had to ask my ex-wife, I said, hey, why are they struggling at school? You know, they do online schooling at that. You know, you're right there with them. But that's the thing. She's not right there with them. You know, I don't know how their setup is now, but for a long time, he would have like maybe one or two people assigned to the children. And, you know, they're not, you know, all of them weren't like toddlers or anything, you know, that I can understand. You just babysitting, but, you know, some of them were adolescents, some of them were teens, and they need more attention, you know, and, you know, it was just like at the end of the day, it was negligence, you know, emotionally, mentally, that type of thing on the children. And it crushed my heart, Alex, man, because I think about it all the time. Like my childhood growing up, you know, I didn't grow up rich or anything like that, but we did stuff, you know, and they don't get to do anything. And if they do something, it's with all of them same people that they have to live with, that they have to work with, that they have to play with, everything, you know.
Yeah,
So it's,
we don't dig that. We don't like that kids are involved in this.
yeah, that ain't no good.
No, no.
And that's what's gonna change, David. And you know, it's amazing, man, because you know, you ask about the healthcare. Um, when I was there in town, like when we were still in St. Louis, David would go out of town and things like that. I would make sure, you know, my children and things got to places they needed to go and stuff like that, you know, because I had access to his cars and stuff. So I used them. Yeah, I drove that Bentley. I drove that BMW. I had such a great time, David. I kept them clean too, man. I kept them gassed up. Appreciate it. He loved them cars more than he loved people.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. I said it. Yeah. Yeah,
I got a
man.
question from Bitter Bad Bitch. She's been on the channel for quite a
Okay.
while, and she's fucking totally rad. I have mad trust and mad respect for her. She got a question. How different is David's abuse to women versus men? Does he deal with women directly, or does he make Michelle do it?
Um, I've seen him slap women, you know, upside the head.
Okay.
I've seen him slap women in the face. Um, I've seen him verbally abuse women, you know, just like he do the men. Only thing I've never seen him do with a woman is punch her. But everything else is the same. Um, Now the ones that he is sexually involved with, I don't know what goes on behind those closed doors during those times, but as far as what, you know, everyone can see or what I was able to see, uh there's no difference in abuse. Now he may be a little bit softer before he gets to a certain point with the women, but um once he gets there, he'll slap them too.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So he's abusing children. Got a question from Nate Parrish. How does David limit outside influences? Social media, families, etc. What does he tell his members to discourage them from talking to family or doing research? Thanks, Nate. That
I
was a
would
good question.
say, yeah, that's a real good question. One of the things or some of the things that he does is when you first get there, the the odds of you telling your family in your hometown or wherever you're coming from that, hey, I'm going to join this ministry. I'm leaving everything behind. I don't know this man. You know, some people in your family is gonna raise a red flag. Like, wait a second. What you mean you're giving everything away? What you mean you're going down here? What you mean you don't have anything? You know, and so you might have some family members that immediately question it, and they might call it a cult. That's what happened with my family. So David knows these things come up all the time. And so he coaches you, and he shares, like, God is so pleased that you followed him by faith. And you may have family members who they may one day call this a cult, and then you'll be like, oh man, my family already did that. And then that's the Holy Spirit. He told me that just now to bring that up. And it just seems so genuine in the beginning. And then that right there plants seeds for you to not even want to talk to your family, because now you believe that Satan is using your family to get you away from God's will for your life. And so that makes you not want to deal with your family. And then your friends, your peers, they may not they may not be actively involved, maybe in church or the Bible as you may be at that moment. So it was a little bit easier to uh, taper that off, although I still kept in touch with my friends. Um, but then when you get there to the cult, you don't meet people on the outside of the cult. You know, it wasn't like when I got to St. Louis, I just met a bunch of people in St. Louis and, I just reestablished my life. It wasn't like that at all. So once you're in the cult, that's your family, that's your friends, that's your work, that's your life. And hopefully it's not your death.
Let's see. Yeah, we definitely want to get people out of here for sure.
Yeah.
Nate Parrish had a funny question. Besides a lifetime endorsement from Krispy Kreme, does David have any big name donors or large supporters?
um he always had some large donors. I'm not exactly sure if how long they would last though, because he always finds a way to screw up just about every relationship he comes into.
Can you
Um,
can you explain what that looked like from your standpoint? How would he screw up these relationships with these big donors, if you don't mind me asking?
like he would, most of the time I will find out because he may bring it up. He wants to do damage control before anybody hears anything, and so um, it just seems like no matter who it was always they betrayed him. It was
It's
always
never his fault.
the devil. It's never his fault. It's never his fault. And the devil got into their heart. He had a dream about this already, and all these types of things. And so he always tried to make himself look like the good guy, and he always threw in something supernatural to make it seem like God has revealed something to him beforehand. So psychologically, you like, all right, well, he already knew this beforehand. He said he told this guy, when in reality, he ain't said nothing to nobody, and he messes it up. Whatever he does, I don't know, he might have messed with somebody's wife, he might have messed up somebody's money, he might have promised somebody some money and it didn't happen, and they may have given a large amount of money. But I've seen large donors come and go, just as quick as they came. And so when he gets up there and he talks, he wants to make it look like everything is so big and grand, and he got these millionaires, and one day he probably gonna say he got some billionaires giving him money too. But he wants to make it seem like that so that if somebody who is wealthy listening, he wants to grab their ear so that they will give too. And then that way, because it's like a revolving door with these people, and so once he grabs somebody else, sure enough, somebody else is leaving out. And so, like I mentioned last week, whatever he had going with the Cleveland Browns players, he blew that, and so he has the gift of gab, and he's convincing in the beginning, but once people catch on, they take their money with them, rightfully so.
So they take their money and run like, nah, this guy's a fraud. We're out of here. See ya. Bye. Have a nice
Oh
day.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh
So
yeah.
the people tend to catch on to him pretty fast then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Good. That's good. I got a couple good questions here. One from Bitter Bad, but we addressed it earlier about medical care. Um, or do they have a staff member that chaperones the children for like getting their health care and stuff?
Yeah, um they may have like some type of state health care or something like that. I would assume, but I'm not sure. And if they don't, it would be hard for me to believe that they have any type of health care at all then, because none of them have any money.
None of them are working.
None of them are working. They're not allowed to work. Um,
And that's the
it
thing.
don't matter. Uh-huh.
I was showing everybody David's credit report. I'm like, how the fuck can David pay his bills and not have a fucking job? It's like, does this not make sense? It's like, okay, this guy's claiming he's got all this money, right?
Yeah.
But he's having, I don't get it. Keep going. Sorry, bro.
Man, I mean, you're right, man. What's his credit score? 666?
669. It's almost at a 666, bro. Man. Lord Pender's got a good question. And why do you think he is in? Why do you really think he's in Shutaway? Is he really trying to be spiritual, or is it a way for him to hide and be lazy?
I don't think it's for him to be lazy, but I think it's for him to hide because he's a coward. And it's easy for him at this point. At least it was easy for him. He figured out, during COVID, he don't even have to get out the house. He don't have to do anything. He don't have to brush his teeth if he don't want to. He can make money because everybody's online now. And so, you can hear it in his arrogant mouth when he's talking about it. We made so much money during COVID and da, 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 and he still ain't paid nobody on staff. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, man, he ain't, I realized he wasn't a shutaway doing spiritual things. Or I can't say he wasn't, but he wasn't only doing spiritual things. He had women visiting him in this quote unquote holy place. He was doing things. He's meeting women while he's in Shutaway on Facebook. There was one in particular he had met while he was quote unquote fasting and praying up there. Fasting from what? Maybe sunlight, but I was bringing him his chicken wings. I was bringing him his Big Macs, bringing him all of that stuff, just like he's at home, and he always talking about,
So he's in Shutaway and he's also meeting up with women.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll say this. One time out of all the years I've known David, and this was actually during that time, it was 2010, while he was up in Port Huron at a church, quote unquote, shut in.
Yes.
And
yes.
And he, and he told me, he apologized to me. He said, Cliff, the Lord put on my heart that I've set a bad example before you, and I've done some things that I shouldn't have done in front of you. And, especially with you being a young married man. And he said he was sorry. And he said, do the things that you are to do. And, and that was pretty much it. And when he said that, I respected that, you know, because he owned up to what he was doing. But then after that, that was it. You know what I'm saying? He said it, but he just kept doing the same thing, but even more, you know, and you know, he likes to call people traitors and things like that. But
Mhm.
uh I was with him for 10 years, never said a word. And then after them 10 years, I've been out of there for 5 and still ain't said a word until last week, you know. And so it was never about a betrayal between me and David. I can care less about David. I'm trying to get my heart and my soul right, you know,
Yeah.
before the Most High. And so he likes to equate himself. And so anything that um you know, you may be thinking, you know, how he talks about his shut away and Jesus appearing and walking through walls and all. No, it ain't happening. It's not happening. It's
So
not.
somebody asked that earlier. Hey, is Jesus actually walking on water and stuff? So whoever asked that question earlier, there's your answer, man. Somebody asked in the chat, like, hey, have you
No.
ever seen him walk through walls or walk on water?
I mean, come on, man. He always talking about these appearances in the clouds, right?
Yep.
How come we can't get 2 clouds that look the same? They never look the same. You know, I know the Most High can do anything. He's all powerful. But you mean to tell me he changes appearance every time he come? Come on, David. Stop it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop it.
Cliff, good question. How can we
Uh-huh.
best help the members that are still there? How can we best help them? What can we do as a community, right? What can we do to help them?
Yes.
In your opinion, and from what you know, what do you think, Cliff? I'm
Man.
not calling you out. I'm not putting you on the spot. You
Oh
know,
no, no. I
these are
understand, bro.
questions we ask. Like, dang, how can we get to these people?
I understand, man. It's hard. It is hard. Like they don't know anything that's going on in the outside world. Like I talked to my ex-wife maybe 3 months ago, and I was talking to her, and I said, "Hey, when are you know?" I asked her about seeing my youngest daughter because my youngest daughter was asking about it, and she says, "Well, are you able to bring her down here?" I said, "Absolutely not. You know, I'm not. You know, we're not coming there." And she says, "Well, you know, we're still not traveling, you know, because of COVID." And I said, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "COVID been over. People been traveling, you know." And but he got them thinking that, you know, people are just falling over and dropping like flies over COVID, you know, and because they don't watch any news, they don't read any headlines unless, you know, David supposedly had a dream or somebody supposedly had a dream, just like Queen Elizabeth, you know, that that crazy false prophecy, you know, and it's just like they always making these things up, man, and so it's hard to really reach somebody on the out from on the inside from the outside if you don't know them directly. You can send them messages, you can send them things on Facebook or whatever. As soon as they see any type of opposition to David, they'll immediately block it out. They won't listen to anything. You know, I mean, people won't listen to their own parents. And so I can say for those who do know the Most High and those who do have a prayer life, please pray for them. Because I know that's what helped bring me out was prayer. Somebody praying for me. I have family, I have friends who were still praying for me. And you know, don't stop loving them. If you got family in there, they might snap on you if you try to talk to them about it. But don't lose hope, don't lose faith that they're gonna come out and be okay. You know, that witchcraft that David walks in, it's very strong. That demon he got is very strong. And so it does take spiritual power to break that off of their minds. But like as far as just a simple uh reaching out to them, they won't respond to you. You know, I've even noticed that since I went on last week with you, Alex, my ex-wife, she blocked my number, you know, that type of thing now. And so I don't know if she did that on her own accord or if she was instructed to do so, but that's where it's at.
What's
And
your gut tell
so
you with that? What does your gut tell you?
uh, she was probably told. She was probably told. I also noticed some of the people unfollowed me on Facebook too. So, you know, there's some things being said. Uh, you know, David, he don't want nobody to know anything about him that's true, you know, unless it's glorifying him. But there's another side of David, and it's that other side that's destroying the people, you know. And I talked to several former members, man, this week, and I appreciate you, Alex, for connecting us back, man, and allowing me to speak. You know, some of them have been out the cult for over a decade. One gentleman in particular, and he told me through Facebook that he's been struggling spiritually to even get back on track, and he's been gone for 11 years. You know, and that man was on fire at one point.
I watched a documentary today about Heaven's Gate, and Stephen Hassan actually did an interview. And Stephen Hassan was an he's an ex-Scientologist. Anyways,
Hmm.
the one thing I was watching cult documentaries today and doing homework, and just listening to these ex-cult members, right? These cult survivors. Stephen Hassan said we
Yes,
can't force. The only thing we can get these members to do is to think for themselves.
that's it.
That's it. We have to get them to think for themselves. We have to get them to question their way out.
That's it.
We have to get them to start questioning the leader. We have to get them to
That's it.
question the motive, you guys. That is the key. That is Stephen Hassan, dude. That it was powerful. He's like, we can't force them to not believe in their religion, man. We can't do that. We can't
Yes,
force
that's
them to
right.
not believe in God or follow their belief, but we have to get them thinking for themselves.
You hitting it on the head, Alex. And you know, that's why last week I talked to the staff because I know there's nothing that you can say to them that's going to make them think otherwise. But you got to let them see David for who he really is and let them make that choice from there. If they see that he's scum and they choose to stay, I can live with that. But I can't live with them being deceived and not knowing the truth and not having a chance to decide for themselves.
Yep. They have to make that. They have to take that leap of faith, basically.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah. So, oh, sorry, Jot G. Yeah, we're doing Q&A. I dropped it in the chat. My bad, brother. I see you guys. I see, man. I'm watching you guys are having a great chat. I want to get a lot of the questions in too. Um, Jot G, you got any questions? Cliff's happy to answer them, bro. I had another one, and this is regarding around the deposition.
Okay.
When you and your lady moved, when you and your now ex-wife moved to stayed with David, it was at Victory Way Lane. He said he provided for you and your family in the depot. Did he really hand you his ATM card, no spending limit?
To get deodorant, lotion, um, you know,
Toiletries.
and that was, you know, here and there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because we get enough at one time. You don't have to go back for it.
Mm-hmm.
What else? We were on food stamps, so he didn't pay for our food.
Okay.
Um, and don't believe that lie. You know that he just gave us the card.
Yeah.
When we had that card, it was mostly to buy his stuff. You know, we bought his stuff, we bought his children's stuff. When his ex-wife was still there, you know, we would go and pick up her things if she had needed something, you know, things like that. So it wasn't just like, you know, he tried to make it seem during that deposition like, yeah, I just gave him my card and they can go and get whatever. No way.
Okay.
No way.
That was a lie.
He's one of the most stingiest people there is, man. I'm telling you. He's stingy.
I love it, stingy bastard.
and he has those services, you know, the birthday parties and all that stuff, and you know, he makes it look all extravagant, Like, man, he really takes care of his staff. No, he doesn't. That fool to sit there for hours on end so he can run his mouth up on the stage, and we starving. Well, I wasn't starving. While he was up on the stage, I'll go out the back door, I'll jump in the car, I'll run across the street to Burger King, and I'll eat. You know what I'm saying? What? Because I know he's still up there running his mouth. Man, that's what we do all the time. Yeah, I'm giving away the secrets, guys. So yeah, I'll go to Burger King or McDonald's or something, and I'll eat. And so I learned David's patterns and things like that, and I felt bad a lot of times because I know them people working hard, and I a lot of times I didn't have to work hard like that because I was with David, just driving him around or doing stuff like that. But them people there, they work hard, man. And he always talking about how he pays the price. They the ones paying the price. They're the ones doing the work. They're the ones who gave up their entire lives, not him.
And nobody's getting paid
He's
there,
living
right?
his fantasy. No, nobody's being paid.
Forced labor, you guys. This is a forced labor cult now. Proof, facts, right here. Cliff saying, "Hey, nobody's getting paid here. They're all working
Nobody's
for
getting
this.
paid.
They're working for this asshole right here. That's it. This is forced labor now. This is full
And he
out.
have you sign some stupid paper, where you're saying, when you get there, you're happy, you're zealous, and you sign this paper saying, yeah, I'm not in it for the money. I'm here to be a volunteer. And he takes advantage of that. That's what he takes advantage of, man.
Yeah, Jotji. I think Cliff resides in California now. Yep, lives in the sunny state of
Yep.
California, man. Nice.
Yeah, man. Loving it.
Yeah, the backyard boogie's legal.
Yeah.
Do all
you
this-
want to hear a story about that?
Do all the staff have to get on food stamps?
I want to say 99.9% that's a yes.
Okay.
But I don't know if they have their money of their own. I'm not sure if they're forced to get it. But they still may be forced to get it because it makes the pot bigger for everybody to control. They, like I said, they get a card and they got to give it to a designated person. Instead of everybody having that money for themselves, they got to give it to whoever because certain people is eating more than others. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's pretty
The
evident.
higher ups, oh yeah, it's very evident. And yeah, man, there's some people who I just watched their life dwindle once they got with David, man. And a lot of times it was hard to look at some of them because some of us were stronger than others, but at the end of the day, we're all going through the same attacks. And I just saw some of them people; they were very fragile, and he destroyed them quickly, man. And
He knew what he was doing.
yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Have you had any contact with Chen Kim?
No, I haven't heard from Chen since I left from there. I just heard, this past week about how he left and everything. How he escaped from the cult, and it was, he pulled a fast one on him. He said he had to go and take care of some business at the house while everybody was at a service or some type of gathering. And he went to the house, got his stuff, and he left. While everybody was there, nobody heard from him since. And so that's the thing with David, or not even just David, but that cult mentality. You got to get out when you can because if somebody talks to you, there's a chance that they're gonna suck you back in. Through they may make you feel condemned, may make you feel just feel bad. Oh man, we need you here, or whatever they might do, or say you're going to hell if you leave from here. That's probably the main one you're gonna hear at that call. But they said that Chen had got his belongings and he left, and he hasn't had any contact with anybody since then, to my knowledge. And Chen, if you listening, bro, I love you, man. I miss you. And please reach out. Please reach out. You know, we in the same boat, brother. You know, I know that David was trifling around you, and I know he took advantage of your kindness and your pure heart. And you know, I left a little bit before you did, but I know why you left, and I hope you're doing well. I'm praying for you, bro, and I really hope that you reach out, man. There's nothing but love this way, and you can hear it in my voice. David is he ain't nothing to me, and so feel free to reach out, and it's a safe place here, brother. I love you, man.
Chin, we're rooting for you, dude. We've been rooting for you, man.
Yeah, we are.
We've been rooting for you, dude.
Yes.
Dude, Chin, we've been rooting for you, bro.
Yes.
We've been rooting for you, dude. We've been trust me. We all have, dude.
Yes.
I have been for days, dude. After we saw what David did to you, I was like, this fucking piece of shit. You don't do that
Mm-hmm.
to people. Would some of the people, all right, and this is could we see a suicide situation if you know if David pulled a Jim Jones?
Um,
Could we see another like another Heaven's Gate type situation?
I'll speak on it in twofold. I'll say this: when I was there, I never got that type of vibe, even though, um, you know, I believe the majority of the things David talked about, he never spoke like that. Uh, you know, the end is near, and you know, we got to do this, and we got to, you know, it wasn't like that. It was just more he wanted people to submit to him, a power trip type thing.
Okay.
Um, but that was while I was there. But this past year, since you know, I really started standing back on my own 2 feet and everything spiritually, I have been I spoke to my ex-wife here and there since last summer, and you know, just trying to talk to her. I haven't, you know, not one time have I condemned her for still staying there. You know, but just trying to talk to her and get her to think for herself. And she, like I said before, she would listen, and we would have communication, we would interact, and it would be good. And then it was just like a trance would come over her, and then she would go back to that robotic mode where everything that has been indoctrinated into her, she starts spewing out of her mouth, almost like she didn't even know me, like she was talking to a stranger on the prayer line. And in just about maybe a day or two, matter of fact, it was the same day when I told you that I last spoke with David when he had called, right? She she calls me after I hung up on David, and she said, Cliff, when you get the children, you won't never have to worry about me. And in quote, she said, you won't never have to worry about me or Apostle again. And I said, what does that mean? What are you saying? And she says, I said what I said, and you won't have to worry about us again. And I said, I'm not worried about y'all now. I'm just concerned about my children. And that was the end of that conversation. But she said that cryptic message. And so I don't know what that means. You won't have to worry about me or Apostle again.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they plan on, you know, trying to leave the country, or if they talking about offing themselves, or if he's persuading everybody else to off themselves and he stay living. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But when she said that, I no longer put it past them.
Okay. Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. I think any father would probably feel the same way if their ex-wife said some shit like that and they were in a cult. I'd be right with you, bro. It'd probably
Yep,
make the hair stand up on the back of my neck. Um,
exactly.
I got another question from Metal Force 999. He's been following for a while, and he's like I said, he would donate to David, and he his stories, Cliff, is he took a turn when he saw David buy all these properties up. He's like, why the fuck is he buying all these properties? So that's why Trip 9 is now in the group. His question
Yes.
is David photoshops the appearance of Jesus Christ on the stage that David keeps bragging about. Um, do you also know the consequences that David is going to face from the Lord? I think we all do. I think
Um, that picture, that picture was actually taken with a regular disposable camera that a lady had in the service, and she took that picture and got it developed at the Walgreens over there by the cult building up in Taylor, Michigan. Had it developed, and I was one of the first people that she brought it to, and I saw it, and I'm like, man, wow, Um, I personally don't believe that's Jesus up there. I think it's an angel of light. Satan masquerades himself as an angel of light. That's what I believe that is.
damn, I didn't think about it like that.
And yeah, oh yeah, that's because I used to believe that was Jesus because I had never seen anything like that. But at the same time, it was like, I couldn't explain it away. So, and then David, he would always bring up all these scriptures and things like that. Um, but I go off the reason why I say I believe it's an angel of light or could be is because of David's fruit. He destroys people's lives. I'm a living witness, so I can care less what good he say he doing. I know he destroys people's lives. And so it's not just my life, but it's been 30 years of this. He's been doing it, and probably longer before he was even preaching. And so um the fruit does not show that that's the son of the most high. David don't have the fruit in his life, and so as far as the consequences, oh yeah, I know what's coming to him. He don't want to believe it though, and one thing about the most high is he's using David's mouth when he gets up there to speak. But the things that David thinks he's saying to other people, the most high is saying to him directly. David, and I'll tell you the truth when I say this, David E. Taylor is the biggest hypocrite I have ever met in my life. Ever. Ever. He is the most offended punk that you'll ever meet. He stays offended, but he'll tell you don't be offended. He'll tell you don't be a hypocrite, but he's a hypocrite. He'll tell you, like he said last night, don't preach where you don't live. That's all he doing. The only time that applies to him in reality where he's not preaching where he doesn't live is when he don't preach on fornication and adultery, because he lives there. Just preach there, David. Preach there. How come you don't ever talk about that? If Jesus, as you say, is appearing and he changes everybody's lives, how come you so lewd, man? As a spiritual father, how come you teach your sons and daughters to be lewd and disgusting and spiritually repulsive to the Most High like you are? Those men in the Bible who really had power and really had kingdoms and authority, not lying like David, but really had it, they lost all that stuff because of sexual immorality. But here David thinks he getting away with it. And he got the people around him thinking that they can get away with it too. Don't listen to him, y'all. David is going to burn. He going to burn because he leading y'all astray, telling his spiritual daughters that they should masturbate because they ain't having sex. His quote unquote spiritual daughters telling them they should get sex toys. That ain't your spiritual father. That's a spiritual pervert. He's sick, y'all. Ladies, get out of there. Men too. He try to get y'all to be just as perverse as him, so that once you wake up and smell the coffee and come from out of that cult and you begin speaking like I am, he'll say, well, they did this and they did that. It ain't nothing that sucker can say about me, because I stand on everything I've ever done. That's why he ain't saying nothing. He can't say I've done anything, because I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to deny, David. But you do, because if you tell the truth about what you do, you know your money gonna dry up. You know that money gonna dry up when people see who you really are. That's why you a lying hypocrite, because you know you wrong. You know you doing this stuff, but you tell lies about it all the time. You chump. That's why you're unbelievable. That's why the Most High ain't with you. That's why you can never be Moses. You ain't bold enough to tell the truth about who you really are, but you're gonna lead a whole people. Please, you leading people to hell. You chump.
David. Question from Risha Karen Wood. Do members study the Bible on their own time, or do they just go by whatever David E. Taylor says about it?
They go by whatever David Taylor says about it. Okay. If you call in that prayer line, you talking to some people who don't have a personal prayer life. You talking to people who do not study the scriptures. I'm not saying that they don't love the Most High, because I believe they do. But they are so swamped with work. They are so swamped with ripping and running for David Taylor and his personal needs and what he wants. But he turns and says it's for the Lord. It's all about David. It's his desires, because everything that he quote unquote builds, it all falls apart. That's a huge sign that what's going on there is not fruitful. It's not fruitful there. And so the people, listen, when people want to study in that cult, when they want to take time away to fast and pray and study and have their own personal relationship with the Most High, David discourages it. He say, no, we ain't got no people here that's all super spiritual. I've already done all that. I just need y'all to work. I need y'all to do this and do that. You know, you'll have your time, but guess what? That time never comes for the people. They don't know them scriptures. Like for example, I was talking to my ex-wife about some other books, like the Book of Enoch. Everybody don't agree with the Book of Enoch being scripture, but the Bible speaks about the Book of Enoch. You know, it's even quoting the Book of Enoch. But I was talking to her about it, and she said, no, I'm not reading none of that. You know, I said, why not? I said, David reads it. And she said, what? I said, yeah, David reads it in his personal time. And so he tells the people that they're not mature enough to read any other book than the Bible, but they don't have time to read the Bible, and they have to read his books. He has a list of books, some of the books that he wrote, and there's some other false prophets and things that he wants people to read. And it's like when you get there, he wants you to read these books, because they all talk about, you know, like the end times and, you know, God's army and, you know, that type of thing. And he wants everybody to believe he's the general. He wants you to listen to all of his messages. He say you got to catch up. And so he got years and years worth of messages that you'll never finish listening to. And so he keeps the people hooked, and they just regurgitate everything that David says, but they don't have the fruit of the spirit for themselves, you know, and they don't have time to even work on it because they're slaves, honestly.
So he really allows these people no time to foster their own relationship with Jesus if they want to.
Not at all.
Okay. So anybody that's in the cult that's listening, if you're feeling this way, there's a reason why. Okay, don't listen to me, man. I'm thinking about everything that's been going on here. What I've been thinking about, you
Mhm.
guys are leading me to God, not the other way around, man. I'm learning so much from
Wow.
you guys. No, it's complete opposite for me.
Wow.
It is. No, you guys here, everybody. No, it's a lot of shit has happened in the last 6 months. I'll leave that
Yes.
between me and God. Yeah,
Yes.
you leave that between me and Him. Do
And
you know
that's what
what?
it's all about, bro.
Do you know whether the members are forced to get any type of life insurance?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Do you know if David forces any of the members to get any type of life insurance?
Um, Not that I know of,
Okay.
but I know that he for years have always pushed that. You know, if you got some type of policy, if you may have had a loved one who died and you got had an insurance policy on them and you got a lump sum, you need to give that here. I mean, just despicable, man. He don't care what type of situation the person is in. You know, he just wants to take from them, but he'll say it's really him pushing their faith so that they can give bigger and receive bigger from God, as he says. But um, the way he's gone, I wouldn't put it past him, man. He always scheming on something.
Okay. Um, Michael Parisi, he's a Marine. Does
Okay.
David have any weapons stacked away, or does he carry himself?
Um,
I know he's got bodyguards.
yeah, and they, I doubt if any of them carry, and if any of them do, maybe one or two. Uh, David himself, nah, he'll probably jump if he pulled the trigger on a gun.
Is he soft? Is David soft?
Yeah, yeah, he is. He is. I'm
It's
telling you,
fucking
he
soft.
is.
I always thought
Uh, uh,
if you just flinch at him, he'd probably fucking like cower like a fucking cat in a corner. Be like, ah!
bro, I'm telling you, he is. See, he got a temper, but he that's what people be afraid of because he got a temper, and then that mixed with they believe that he's God's best friend, and so they're afraid of that.
Okay.
But I've seen David. I've seen how he act towards the staff. And then I've been out with David in public where nobody knows who he is. And I've seen him get upset. And all he do is bite his tongue and swallow his pride because he ain't gonna say nothing to nobody who he know will punch him in his mouth. I stand on that.
So he's
He
not.
ain't gonna say it to nobody.
He won't just walk up to anybody and be like, "Hey, I'm the fucking apostle."
No, man. No, no, no.
Oh man.
Not even with that security he got. No, he won't. No,
Okay,
he will not.
the homie Chris Com, he's been following the channel for a while too. There is a picture of a fucking slingshot, right? At the 1302 Wild Horse Meadows. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so the slingshot, if you go like into his office or his bedroom, he'll have different things in there. And we'll just uh use the slingshot as an example of many types of different memorabilia or uh artifacts or something, right? So with the slingshot, he has it in there because he says that it's prophetic for his life of him being David, like David in the Bible, and being a giant slayer. And man, Chris Com, I'm so glad you brought that up
We knew it, dude. We were talking
because
about it. I was all, dude, it's symbolic to him being David and him slaying fucking giants. Like he's fucking
yeah,
slaying giant fucking whoppers and Luther burgers. Ah, dude.
facts. He say that, right? He talks about slaying giants and all these things, but for my Bible readers and for you staff, I want y'all to think about something, all right? We've seen David get up in the pulpit time after time after time, and he talk about how big, how bad he is, how there's nobody who can stop him, how he needs a formidable foe, right? We all know in the scriptures, Goliath was just like that. That wasn't David talking like that in the scriptures. Goliath talked like that. The Nephilim, the fallen one, he's talked big and bad. Who can stop me? Who you gonna send to stop me? That's how Goliath talked in the scriptures. And then the Most High sent David. He had the slingshot, the young, humble boy who everybody thought was gonna get slaughtered. And I'm sure y'all probably thinking, everybody who come up against your false apostle, your false prophet, David Taylor, you probably think we gonna get slaughtered too. But I'm telling you, staff,
No, you won't.
the Most High sent David. We got a slingshot over here. And Goliath is gonna fall. And Goliath is David Taylor right now, staff. Y'all better get away from him. Y'all better get away from him. Don't believe his lies. And I want y'all to think about everything he's telling y'all about me behind closed doors. And I stamp it now. Ain't none of it gonna come to pass. All them word curses. It ain't gonna happen. I don't care about y'all whiteboard, that witchcraft board y'all got, where y'all write people's names and y'all pray against them. That ain't gonna do nothing here. I guarantee you that. And David, you better stand down while you can, man. Because you think, like you said last night, boy, you think because ain't nothing happened yet, it ain't gonna happen. You should have let patience work or perfect work in your life, David. Because now you bit off more than you can chew. I'm telling you, you better listen. You better listen, David. That's the message for you. The Most High is coming for you. And when he see you face to face, it ain't gonna be what you've been lying about. You ain't gonna be happy. He gonna make a spectacle of you, David. So keep going ahead, hardening your heart. Don't listen to anything. Think that you above reproach. And watch what happens. Watch what the Most High do to you, David. We don't have to lift a finger. But just watch. Just watch, buddy. That was a good question, Chris Kahn.
Yeah, it was.
That was a real good one.
Yeah. Yep. Take it down to the theological level, and that's the symbology. It's like that's a good way of flipping the script on David. David's the Goliath.
Yeah,
and
because it's coming.
John G said he's a Goliath in size, literally. He's like, everybody, I'm actually Goliath. Okay, I have David's slingshot right here because David's not gonna fucking slay Goliath. All right. I know you don't like to mention names here, so I'll just mention her name, Vicky Yohe. Were you there when that whole debacle went down?
I was there when Miss Vicky first came around.
Okay.
And I left while they were still freshly dating. And so it was still fresh and new, and everything was still good when I left.
Okay.
But I was already gone from there about a year. I was a year removed after everything came out, though.
Okay. Well, so they were obviously dating then.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And I'm guessing he was probably sleeping with other women when she wasn't around.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so he
never stopped.
Okay, so he was doing more than double dipping. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
So he was definitely sleeping around with multiple women.
Yeah. The whole 10 years I was there.
Any chance the main ones will try to leave the country when this one all goes down?
It's always a possibility, I believe. They got passports and stuff.
Okay.
And only those who he pays for will be able to leave. But that's the thing. As long as y'all giving your money to David, he gonna use it in any way that he can to escape what he's deserving of. And if you continue to give to David so he can continue to abuse people and, do things of that nature and just gloat about things that he bought with your money, some of y'all might be starving at home. Your children might be hungry, but you believed his lies that if you give by faith, God is going to do X, Y, Z for you. No, he's not. No, he's not, ma'am. No, he's not, sir. The Most High want to do something great for you, but he ain't doing it with David Taylor. I'm telling you, them Bentleys, them Rolls Royces, them mansions, that's your money. Some of y'all may have been evicted since you've been giving money to him. Some of y'all might be about to get evicted, may have lost everything. He don't care. You can't go to David Taylor and ask him for anything, because he'll get up there and say he'll give you your money back, but call him tomorrow. Give him a call tonight and ask for that money that you donated. Ask him for it back, see if he do it. Y'all paying for his court costs. You know what I'm saying? So
yep,
it's crazy, bro, what's going on. It's so obvious too now.
This is the tough question. We're not putting you on the spot, man. Were you ever pressured into like stealing or either being made to break people?
Not really break them.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody may have done.
Again, man, you got our full support here, man. We're not putting you on the spot by any means, bro.
I'm just trying to think of a situation because with me, there's been times I've corrected people, a lot of times, but I was never nasty with people.
Yeah.
Some of them, I believe in helping each other, and sometimes we all need correction, but I believe there's a way to do it. And I don't care what David say, you ain't got to be nasty with nobody for them to get the point, So yeah, I was sent to correct some people, and some people I may have rubbed wrong, and I didn't know it. And if I did, I'm sorry, y'all. That wasn't my heart. But there are some that he will send because he know they will get nasty, just like he will. And so, there's certain ones he'll send for his more dirty jobs.
Like Michelle?
Nah, cause she don't really carry that for real. People will laugh in her face. Yeah, I've seen it. When she talk, it's like a chihuahua talking. She ain't hurt nobody's feelings or nothing. So, he'll send.
Like a chihuahua, my dog. I have a chihuahua sitting right here. He's like, "Hey, what'd you say about chihuahuas?"
Yeah, man.
How was David E. Taylor's demeanor when he was in Israel? How did he treat the locals?
I actually never went over there with him.
Okay.
I think he went 1 or 2 years while I was still there, and then the other years I was already gone from the cult. I really don't know.
Okay.
What the temperature was.
Okay. The word we got is word I found out is that Michelle treated everybody like an Vicky was there and treated everybody like was an absolute bitch. Yep.
Yeah, I've heard that. I did hear that.
Worse than Michelle. Yeah. Not nice at all.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else we got here? Let's see here. Any chance to move out of the country? We got that. How does he treat his own relatives? Or how do his relatives feel about him?
First and foremost, I want to say David comes from a really good family. I've met his family. Maybe a year after I got there, we went down to his hometown and I met his parents. Beautiful people. His siblings, I believe I met all of them. He comes from a pretty big family, and all of them treated me great, treat the staff great. Um, they love David, but at the same time, they know David, and they may not know him very closely because he's been gone from them for a long time, but they know his antics. They know he been sneaky probably all his life, and he likes to gloat, he likes to show off, but he don't call it that. But that's exactly what it is. And if people do not say, "Oh, David, that's the greatest car I've ever seen in my life, and you're the greatest because you have it," he feel like they hating on him or they're jealous, you know, which ain't the case. Everybody just don't care about material stuff, David. Like I said last week on the call, man, he said, or he would have me drive him around 2, 3 in the morning so he could look at himself in the mirrors in downtown St. Louis in the windows of a building. Just vain. And that exudes out of him when we've gone to his hometown and, his family come over and, you can just tell, like, they're just happy to see him, but he wants to show off all his cars and all of this stuff, and that, in my opinion, turns them off. But like I said, I believe they love him, and care about him as their family member. But the way he acts and his attitude and his high-mindedness, they don't like it. But he called them rebellious. He say they this and he say they that. I've never gotten that from them. I just feel like they regular people and they want him to be regular, but he wants to be a celebrity, man. I've heard him even say that. He's told women on Facebook, yeah, I can only talk to you on here for now because I'm a celebrity and I don't just give out my number. Like, who calls themselves a celebrity? Man.
David.
Yeah. He's so full of himself, man. We were at the Ritz-Carlton in St. Louis, and he had a woman come out to St. Louis and meet him, right, from a different state. And when we get to the Ritz-Carlton, one of the valet guys, they open up the door for you and everything. And he opens up the door. I'm driving. He opens up one of the back doors, and the lady, she gets out, and he says, "Greetings, ma'am." And he says her name. He knows her from Facebook, right? And she says, "Hey, how are you doing?" And so David stayed in the car. I go to the hotel, help her get checked in. And then I come back out to the car. And I go to get David. And when we go inside, or when he gets out the car, the gentleman, he speaks to David, says hello. And then it was like David was waiting for him to say, "Hello, Mr. Taylor," or something like that. But he ain't know who David was. So we get inside the hotel, and he said, did he know who she was? And I said, yeah. Then he said, how did he know? I said, I'm not sure. I think he said Facebook or something. And then he said, oh, okay. He didn't ask who I was or anything. I said, no. And so, that's where David's mind is at. He was like appalled that this guy didn't know him, but he knew this woman that he was dating, and this was just after he was in a car talking about, yeah, everybody in St. Louis knows me. And that's what he wants people to believe. Nobody knows this guy. And he been there all them years. The majority of people who know him now is from that deposition. That's it.
What
Not
else?
from the good that you do, David.
You know what else people have told me? The only reason I know of his dumbass is because I see a stupid fucking billboard on the freeway in Detroit. It's by the fucking airport. So all this dude, it's the dumbest fucking billboard. Is I see his billboard up on the fucking freeway. Oh, this is a good one.
Um,
Hey, and Christoph, I don't know if you're watching the chat, dude. I gotta take my dogs out. I want to continue chatting for a little bit if you're still up for it. But my dogs are killing it right now. They're bugging the shit out of me.
uh,
If I can answer this question, you can run it to the chat, and I'll take my dogs out. Probably take a couple minutes while you answer the question. Is that cool?
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Cliff, there's a couple. I'll get to yours first. Second, Cat Mom. Chris got a good one. Is David a true believer? Does he really think he's Jesus' best friend, or does he know he's on Front Street lying to everyone? That's a good question, Chris Calm.
I'm sorry, Alex. The phone broke up.
Okay. Is David a true believer? Does he really think he's Jesus' best friend, or does he know he's on Front Street lying to everyone?
Yeah, he know he on Front Street lying.
He does know
Um,
Front Street.
yeah, flat out. He know he lie. You know, because there's no way that we all who got two eyes who can see where he's lying, who got ears who can hear when he contradicts himself. But then he wants to say, you know, everybody else is a liar. Your opinion is a lie. You know, all these things, and you know, like I said, he's a hypocrite. If he really believed the things that he say, then he just might be on something for real. You know, because there's no way, man, that you know, because I'm from under the delusion. I was under it at one point, but now that I'm from under it, I can just ask straight questions. When did this happen? Where did it happen? Who can prove that this happened, David? Where's the miracles? You know, nobody can prove a dream, especially when it don't come to pass. But where's the proof of the miracles? Everybody can see that. Where are these people getting out of the wheelchairs? And I know you listening, David. So riddle me this. Where's the people getting healed that are maimed? Last night, you wanted to say something totally different and say that it takes time for people to get healed. It takes time for the maimed and all these other things. Why does everything always take time and then get pushed back when you say it was going to happen in the first place? It's always getting pushed back, man. Your dates don't add up. What happened to the North Carolina visit? The face-to-face visit that was supposed to happen in 2013, David. What happened to that? You said God told you in an appearance that he said he was going to come down to North Carolina with flesh in his features in the sky. It never happened. I was with you for 10 years. How long, how much longer do I have to listen to false prophecies before I'm allowed to say you a false prophet? Because in the Bible, it only took one time. But I listened to your lies and your deception, saying that in our humanity, we can miss it. But I've never seen none of the men in the scriptures miss it. But you miss it all the time. Yet we can't call you a false prophet, according to you. Yeah, I'd rather take my chances doing that, being obedient to the scriptures and not what you say, not what you claim you heard in a dream. But yeah, he a fake believer.
Okay. So he knows he's faking it. Okay.
Hey, and check this out. Since and I know his fat self is listening because they sent me a text, right? And it's a link to something. I can't really see it, but these idiots. He have my ex-wife sending messages. You know, I won't even look at it. I won't look at it, David. I don't need to look at it. I'm telling you what's gonna happen to you. You ain't gotta believe it. Ex-wife, I've been told you. So whatever happens, happens.
David's watching.
Yeah, he watching. He pressed. That's how you know he pressed with his 18 million followers. Stop it, man. Ain't nobody thinking about you. You ain't got no 18 million followers.
David, so I had 100 and something people in my chat last night, but I only got like 29 likes. Okay.
Yeah, the majority was us laughing at you.
Yeah.
You chump.
David, yeah, dude. David, we're laughing at you. David, check this out.
We laughing at you.
All right, David, let me let you in since we know you're fucking watching now. Check this out, David, all right? David, this has absolutely nothing to do with race, okay? This has zero to do with race. You fucking lied in your deposition, all right? Now, if that was me in your chair, I'd be in jail. My house would be taken. My clothes would be taken. My dogs would be fucking broke, homeless, and poor. What else? I would be fucking bankrupt for 20 fucking years. But yet you, for some odd reason, can think you can sit and lie through this whole deposition and think you're the smartest one in the fucking room, David. Well, I guarantee you, you are not the fucking smartest one in the room, because if you were, and you had all this infinite knowledge from Jesus, you would have predicted this situation right here, right fucking now. And guess what, David? I know what's going on with court. You have to fucking have all your shit done by next week.
Oh, man. He's an idiot, Alex.
Did David actually make a bet on the Super Bowl and tried to pass it off as a prophecy?
Hey, man, knowing this fraud, he probably did. He probably did. I wasn't there during the Super Bowl fiasco. I was on a small hiatus in Cleveland.
Okay.
And he always tried to cover himself. Yeah, the people, he wanted to put it off on the people who had the dream. Well, dummy, you're the one who spoke it and stamped it as if it was going to happen. And man, the Broncos, they was getting blown out, right? Well,
David's all like I do with my donut.
There were still people on the staff saying, well, the apostle said it was going to happen, so I believe they're going to win. I'm like, are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me right now? They really believe this guy like that, man.
Really?
They really believe him like this. Yeah. Yes. Yes. And he thinks because he, quote unquote, preaches about things nobody else preaches, he wants people to believe that he really got it. David, I'm telling you, I know you don't got it. I know you don't. You do not have it. Only the staff believe you. That's it, man. That's it. And a few stragglers you still got outside of the staff. But you do not have it. You are not Moses. You are not Enoch. You ain't none of them men. And you are a disgrace for even putting your name in the same sentence as those holy men in them scriptures.
Got a question here. Do the main
You are.
I'm sorry. Do the main people believe?
Oh no, you good. I doubt it. I doubt it. The main people know more than anybody that he's a fraud.
What keeps them there, though, brother? What keeps these?
It's fear, man.
Fear. Okay. Okay.
It is fear. They believe that the Most High is really with David. Because if once they wake up to see that David is just David and all of this power and mystique don't follow him for real, just like the fake, his face glowing on the screen, when the resolution got brighter, and then, it auto-tuned itself back to normal.
It's like a fucking alien.
Yeah, like you look so stupid, man. Like a Ninja Turtle or something. And how come it never happens in front of nobody? He'll tell you it happens in front of people. He'll tell you it happened in a restaurant before. He'll tell you his mom seen him glowing like that. But how come, and that was all them years ago, how come if you have gotten greater and so much bigger, how come you ain't doing this in front of people now? How come it don't happen now? Why, David? We not stupid. And the people around you are not stupid. It's only a matter of time before they get bold enough to leave your sorry tale.
This is a good question. Cliff, were you scared to leave?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I was. I believe that lie, man. That I'm telling you. And I'm speaking firsthand. That's what kept me there. It was never David. David could never do anything with me physically. He don't have that. He's not intimidating physically. He can't fight. I've seen the way he ball his fist. He can't punch. He is not what he wants y'all to believe through the TV. He ain't that. So that's why he has to work on you psychologically and emotionally, because once the psychological hold breaks off, you're out of there, because you already know he can't do nothing. So that's never a thing. It's always the thought of, if I leave from here, because this is where uh, David says Jesus is at physically, and he's appearing to people, and you're hearing all these lying testimonies, then you believe that God is really there with him, and you are afraid that if you leave that place, then you're really leaving God, because that's what David tells you. He'll say, you're not leaving David E. Taylor if you leave this place. You're leaving Jesus. And when you believe that, the fear of hell comes on you. And when you start to question, why is it that not only does David get a pass from, us as the staff, he gets to do these things that he had jumped down somebody else's throat about, but he even gets a pass from things that the men in the scriptures didn't get one from. And then once that light bulb goes off, like, yeah, this guy, he's exalting himself above the word of the Most High, you get away from him as fast as you can. And that's the main thing. He do not want anybody who can think for themselves, and he will beat you down and try to humble you emotionally and mentally by telling you you're rebellious and you're prideful.
Okay. This is a good question. This is from Kennedy Miller. He's been following us for a long time, dude. And I've had the pleasure to speak with him offline a lot. It's not my place to tell his story, but whenever he's ready to tell his story, I hope he does. But he wants to know: are there romantic relationships among the staff?
I'm sure there is. Everybody is adults. Everybody got hormones and, physical desires and lust. And they're around each other all day, all night long. And David doesn't want them to be romantically involved. Number one, because he's messing with a lot of the women there himself. And then number two, he says it pretty much destroys the morale of the staff, and blah blah blah, all that type of junk. But that's what it's really about. He don't want none of the guys messing with none of his women. And when he finds out that a woman may like you that is involved with him, he gonna have an issue with you. You won't never know that he's picking on you, but because he mask it. You're prideful, you're arrogant, so he'll do extra things to try to humble you. But don't never believe that David is secure about himself. He's not. He's not. He's he's probably the most insecure man I've ever met. Like, seriously. But he talks big and bad because he don't want you to know that. Because if you saw that side of him, you'll be like, this is a chump I'm afraid of. Are you kidding me right now?
What's his biggest insecurity that you witnessed from your own point of view, brother? What's one thing that would trigger David, man?
He doesn't he doesn't like being told no. and he thinks he's God's gift to women. And so when a woman rejects him or is not into the things that he's into, it's a blow to his pride, because there's a lot of women that I've seen come around him that he was entertaining, and he tried to show off the house and the cars and, I got this, and they're not moved by that. They just was really interested in him, not his stuff. But he's really not that interesting at the end of the day. And that's why he uses things to capture people's minds. And so when these women would tell him no, oh yeah, that's cool, but I really don't care about the car, or nothing like that. He don't know what to do with that, because he has no substance.
Beyond. So check that. David has no substance beyond all his shiny shit, basically.
He don't, man. He has no substance.
Only cares about status. Yeah. You're right, Triple
That's
Nine. That's
it.
all he cares about is his status. David doesn't know what it's like to be meek or be broke, hungry, or poor. No.
Not at all.
David's been...
Oh, Alex.
Hit it, bro.
I know y'all have heard this before. Maybe everybody hasn't, but I gotta speak on this, man. Staff, some of y'all have heard this. Many of y'all have heard this. We gotta talk about this tonight. People that surround David right now, while his fat self is looking at that screen, ask him why you right there. And if he raises his hand to you, you defend yourself. But we got to talk about this. He lies all the time, and he tells people that he used to date Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston, man.
Biggest fucking lie ever.
This clown, right? And so he tells these women this, and because he wants people to believe that women are all over him, and no, they're not. They are not. And so she was married to Brad Pitt from 1994 to 2005, right? I looked this up. David in 1994 was 22 years old. In 1994, she was on Friends. So you telling me a 22-year-old David Taylor was dating married to Brad Pitt during them years while she was at the height of her career? I don't believe that. When did you date her, David? You got married to your ex-wife in the 90s also. When did you date her, David? And then she got married again in 2015 to 2018. When did you when did you date her, David? Because she was married again, still in the spotlight. How did the paparazzi escape that? How'd you escape from them, man? How come there's no tabloids of Jennifer Aniston's new boyfriend? So ask yourself, staff, if he lying about something stupid and vain like that, you really gonna believe Jesus appearing to this clown? No, he ain't. No, he ain't.
Hey, all you staff that are listening to or watching, hey, David even said he was fucking Halle Berry's spiritual leader. You know what? That's a fucking lie too. Okay?
Yeah, it is.
We also heard David say in that same sermon that he's not that fucking bright. And you know what? He ain't that fucking bright.
At all.
Question. Why is Michelle so loyal to him? Dude, that is a... Thank you, Dro Brizo. That is a good question. Why is Michelle so loyal to him?
She has an emotional connection, a sexual connection. She, in a twisted way, they love each other, I believe. I know they lust for each other for certain. But not only that, one thing that the people on the outside really don't understand about Michelle And she is just as wicked as David. She is just as wicked as him. She'll lie in a minute. She'll lie quicker than David will, matter of fact. And she will lie on you. She don't just lie, she'll lie on you to David and allow him to chew you out for some junk that she done did. You know, we me and a friend of mine who is from my hometown, I had introduced her to the cult. And in 2017, like maybe 2 months before I finally left the cult, me and her was conversing back and forth. Shout out to you, sis. I know you talking to that chump. I saw y'all messages too. But it ain't no disrespect from me. I love you, sis, regardless of what he talking about. But me and her was going back and forth about how Michelle was doing her wrong. And because I had a lot of interaction with Michelle, with David and things like that, and, Michelle and the other people, I was able to see how Michelle treated the people, and she treat them like scum too. Treat them like scum. She treat them like scum. And Michelle, you better repent too. Because that fake face-to-face relationship David got, it ain't gonna save you. You better repent. But yeah, she treat people like scum too. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. But me and my friend, we were conversing back and forth through text messaging, talking about how Michelle was doing people wrong and how she was doing her wrong and blaming her and, things like that. Well, she accidentally sent the response that she was going to send to me back to Michelle. And, she was kicked out like maybe a day or two later. And while she was kicked out, she was feeling condemned, like she was going to go to hell or something, and that's what David would do. He threatens people all the time to kick them out. And, when he may send somebody back home to where they come from, that whole time they feeling like they're going to go to hell, man. They've heard all this hell stuff before they got kicked out, but they don't realize you in the best position that you could possibly be in right now. Stay where you at. Don't go back to that cult, y'all. Don't go back to that cult. Because I did at one point, but he didn't kick me out. I left for a short while. But she came back and got twisted back up in it. But Michelle, she is just as wicked as David. Don't be fooled by the blonde hair and the woman voice. She is just as wicked as David. That's why she's loyal to him. He can't get nobody else to do the things that he can get Michelle to do. Michelle is nasty. Yeah, you're a nasty woman. Michelle is nasty.
Yeah, Cat Mom says
She sleep with him.
Yeah, we all figured Michelle was a cutthroat bitch. Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she'll sleep with him the same day she know he done slept with one or two other women
Bitter
earlier
bad.
in the day.
We know they're watching right now because Cliff's ex-wife texted right now. Yeah, they're watching.
Yep.
They're watching. I guarantee.
Yeah, they watching.
They're watching. I want them to watch. We want them to watch because there's cult members right there with David, and they're hearing everything. Dro Brizo, Cliff had left after the Vicky. He was gone before the Vicky situation. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And did you know Larry Lunsford by chance?
No, I haven't had the chance to meet brother Larry yet.
Okay.
I saw him speak with Vicky Yohe, and that was my first time hearing about him in particular. And brother Larry, if you listening, man, powerful testimony. You also helped set me free because you saw the exact same things that I did that he told me he never did. He said a lot of the stuff that you talked about, he said he never did it. He said he never did it. And the truth came out, and so I just want to salute you, brother Larry. And David, you a fraud, man. You are a fraud. You know,
David,
nobody believes you.
David, since you're watching, I challenge you to call in and have a debate with us right now.
Yeah, let's just talk.
Let's talk. Let's talk. I won't cuss. I won't swear. I won't say one fucking swear word. I fucking swear to God. I'll get them all out right now. You call in right now.
Yeah.
You want to have a man-to-man debate, David. You have my number. You three-way call me in right now. Let's do a debate, David. Me, you, and Cliff.
Come on, David.
I'm right here, David.
Come on, David. You know I'm respectful.
I'll respect you
I
too,
just
David.
tell the truth.
I'm not going to call you apostle or none of that bullshit.
Me neither, because you ain't that.
Nope, because you're not an apostle.
But call in, David.
Yeah, call and do a debate, David. If you're this great apostle, you're the man, right? You're the so-called great man, the apostle that can do all good, all knowing. I challenge you. We challenge you, David. We're calling you out, dude.
Come on, bro.
Be bold, David.
Where you at?
Be bold. Be bold. You're this
Righteous as bold as a lion, right?
What was it?
Ain't that what you said?
Let me see. Bitter Bad had a question here. What was it, Bitter Bad? Repost it, and I'll see if we can get it up here. Yeah. Be bold, David. You're a lion. You're bold like a lion, right? Lion's always ready for battle. Well, you said you wanted a warrior worth your fight. We're right here, David.
The righteous is bold as a lion. Unless you ain't righteous, David, where your boldness at, man? What you got to hide from them? Because we know you. What you got to hide from your staff?
Oh, Billy. Okay, he says my wife believes he's still in Shutaway. Man, you got to get your wife off of that train, man.
Man. Yeah, his Shutaway. He up there in Taylor, on the other side of the curtain. That's why you hear all that feedback. He ain't in no Shutaway, man.
Yep. He's not shut away. He's not shut away, Billy. He's hiding.
Nah.
He's hiding. David, he's got to go to court. And let's do a little case update since we're all here real quick. David. Oh, shit. I'm going to three-way you in with one of our subscribers, bro. He's good people. Is that cool, Cliff?
Oh, yeah, that's cool, bro.
Okay, hold on.
Call from
Randy.
Yeah.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
All right, I got you both on the line.
David.
Hey, turn your background down.
With one of our subscribers, bro. Good people. Is that cool, Cliff? Oh, yeah, that's cool, bro. Okay, hold on.
Hey, Randy?
Randy. Yeah.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to take both calls at the same time.
I hear you.
Okay. Turn your background down.
Sorry,
Turn your background down, man.
Oh, okay. Just a sec. Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah, I wasn't sure how to get a hold of you on these things, so I just saw a phone number at the bottom of the screen, so I apologize if this is not the typical way to reach you.
That's why the number is there.
But I have if you had a minute for just a couple questions, Cliff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm here, bro.
Okay. I heard you last week, and Alex asked you about kind of who is in on the scam, and you mentioned a few people, but the two people that you didn't really talk about, the ones that I absolutely can't believe are not in on the scam, is Steve Smith. The guy looks like Charlie Brown. And Joseph. I mean, either they're totally in on this, or they are both have drank the Kool-Aid so badly. It's incredible, because you listen to Steve and he's seen him walk on water, seen Apostle walk on water and fly and turn different colors. I mean, he's so fully into supporting the bullshit that comes out of Taylor. And I'm just wondering, do you think he's just that naive and is following along and he's not really acting this out?
with both Pastor Steve and Joseph, I believe you hit it on the head as far as they drank the Kool-Aid.
Really?
Because as far as being it now they've definitely, Joseph or whoever, if they're signing documents and stuff, they know they're doing it. But
yeah,
they believe the lies that David tell them. He talks like he's just some just smart, savvy businessman, but he's not. He's an imbecile.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they believe that he really knows what he be talking about, and he be lying to them. And so they trust him, and they just do what he say do. Both Pastor Steve and Joseph, I love them very much. Good men in my opinion. And but they are very docile when it comes to David. And Pastor Steve is, he's old enough to be my dad. He has children my age, and I hate to see it, because if that was my dad in that position, I would really feel some type of way, because Steve is a good man. I know that myself, but they're, in my opinion, they're in so deep. When I see them up there, it's a sad thing to see, because they have so much potential to really be something, and they're wasting their life away with David and his scams.
Well, I agree with you that Steve, if anything, even though he says completely idiotic things about seeing Taylor walking on water and stuff like that, I don't feel like he's doing it like maliciously to grab that money. I mean, anything Taylor does to get that money, everything he does is to get that money. Now that you explain your observation, I can believe that Steve is in so deep and believe in this guy that he's seeing things that he wants to see, like Taylor walking on water and Taylor's face glowing, because any sane person is just not going to say that or see that, But if you're so deeply believing in a person and what you're seeing, you see it, I guess.
You're right, man. And also about Pastor Steve. Pastor Steve, he has such a beautiful heart, man. When we came up to Detroit, he opened his home for us to stay. He would buy groceries and things like that, And so when it comes to money and Pastor Steve, I've seen him sacrifice. I'm talking about his very last. He allowed us to use his vehicles and his family's vehicles, and use his family's bedrooms when we were there. Beautiful heart being taken advantage of.
That's good to hear. It makes me feel a little bit better, because if I watch him sometimes, he can't get enough gushing out of the way. Like when Taylor leaves the stage and Steve walks up, he is gushing and gooing and oohing and awing, right after Taylor leaves. And then he goes on to try and get him money. But it's good to know he's got a good heart, and at least he's a genuine fellow. He may be totally misdirected, but it's kind of good to hear that. Do you know if his wife? I understood. I don't know where I heard this. That his wife left him, or he left his wife. Do you? If that's true, do you have any knowledge if that has something to do with Steve being involved with the cult?
I don't know all the details, but I do know that they did divorce, and I just from my observance and just some of the things that I knew had taken place, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, but in my opinion, I believe that him being in that cult had a lot to do with it, because Pastor Steve's ex-wife, she was one of those types of people that if she saw some things, she's not just going to be quiet about it. And so David don't like people like that around him. She would not be quiet, and you may not have always agreed with certain things she say, but you can't negate the fact that she's speaking out. She was bold enough to speak out. And so, you got one person who's believing David and another person who's not believing him. And so, that, like I said, in my opinion, is what took place. And that happens with many marriages.
Yeah, for sure. But I think it's even that much more intense, this cult situation, because you can get in so one party of Steve can get in so deep. I can see it'd be very hard to overcome. And I think I've heard it not with Steve, but with other cult members and their families, boyfriends, girlfriends, families, that if the family is going to interfere with the person that's in the cult, you dump the family.
That's true.
So now that I talked to you, I'm pretty sure that Steve has drank the Kool-Aid. I hope he doesn't get hurt at the end.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm praying for them.
It's hard to believe Taylor's going to do anything right for Steve. He pushes him around. Like, I get so pissed the way he talks to him and other people, but specifically Steve, and he just takes it with a big old smile and he has no issues with Taylor talking to him any way he wants. And immediately Steve goes into the apology mode. Oh, I'm sorry. Where clearly he did nothing wrong,
Exactly.
But anyway, well, I appreciate the answer and the time.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. I'm glad that you called.
Yeah, I love to listen. Do you have any plans to do this again, or?
I'm until this devil is broken that David got, I'm all in, man.
All right. Well, you got a fan and somebody that listens to you. If you need any support, just let me know. Let me know through Alex.
I'm humbled, my brother. I appreciate you.
Okay, man. You have a good night. Thanks for all the info.
Too. Thank you.
Okay. We'll talk to you later. Bye, Alex.
Hey, have a good night, Randy. All right. Thanks for that call, Randy. Appreciate the call in, man. And Clifton, thanks for answering the question, man.
Yes. Yes, most definitely, man.
Bitter Bad here had a good question. What kind of abuser is Joseph? Is he hands-on with the abuse or is he a bystander?
Man, that's a good one. Joseph, I don't know what he got going now, but when I was there, David would try to use him to, rebuke people or, go and tell somebody off, so to speak. And Joseph was soft. And I remember David called him a woman's private part to his face one day. And Joe just sat there and cowered, tucked his tail. And, that's how they all are around David. And so I don't know if, maybe he's gotten a little bit bolder and stuff, and he's hands-on with people now. But I know he gets hands put on him for sure.
Okay.
But as far as him doing other things, I'm not sure. But he wasn't while I was there.
Okay, so you never saw directly David actually putting his hands on Joseph or anything like that? Not directly.
Yeah, I've seen him smack Joseph up.
Oh, shit, okay. So you have seen him put hands on people?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of figured.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You said David won't put hands on anybody that... He won't just put his hands on anybody. Like you said, you're like walking in the mall and stuff, and like he got upset that people didn't know who he was, right?
Yeah, he won't touch anybody that he don't know. Maybe if somebody tries to attack him or something like that, he might defend himself. But, I'm this apostle and you submit to me. He ain't gonna do that with no stranger. Okay. And he ain't gonna do it with nobody that was once there like myself, David, who used to believe him. He won't do that now. He won't raise his hand to me now. But he'll do it if he knew I was submitted to him.
Yeah, somebody says Joseph definitely looks like he has the battered man syndrome. The postural swaying, right? If you ever notice Joseph, Steve's the same way.
Yes.
There's such thing. It's called postural swaying. It's usually when there's some kind of abuse. It's a comforting tactic, and I see it a lot among the members that are there still. And Mariah's starting to pick it up too. It's real shit.
Yeah.
There's comforting tactics right in front of us that we're seeing, and yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been there, man. I know exactly where they are. The body language says it all.
Yeah, Mariah. I don't know if you know who Mariah is, but she's the black girl that they have down there in Houston. I don't know if you met her before.
Yes, I've never met her, but I know.
Kennedy. Let's say Kennedy's got a question here. Let's see. Where's it at, Kennedy? Do any of the main ones have a steady income or just rely on David E. Taylor giving handouts whenever he feels like it? Like Joseph and Steve, do they get paid? Yeah, how are these people getting paid? How are they supporting themselves? Phone bills? I mean, money? Like, if they want anything extra, how are they surviving?
Well, I can't tell you if Joseph and Steve, maybe some of the main ones are getting paid or not now. I highly doubt it, but I don't know if they are. But like my ex-wife, she isn't for sure. She would ask me, hey, could you send this amount of money? Could you send that amount of money? And I'll say, yeah, give me a week or so. And then a week go by, then the amount changes, and she's asking for this. And I'll say, why is it all of a sudden different? And then I ask her, I say, hey, ex-wife, why, how come you don't never have any money? You don't have any bills. Why don't you have any money? And when I ask her that, she gets offended. I say, how come you don't ask David to pay you? I said, you've been there longer than all them people there. You still letting him tell you that you're undeserving of pay? I said, you need to get out of there, man. And, so I know for sure she's not getting paid nothing. But I believe it's like that for all of them, because he makes it seem like there's a proving ground. You got to prove that you're not in it for money, and then God will begin to bless you. But of course, the only way that God is going to bless you is if it's through David's hands. At least that's what he wants you to believe.
So these people can't go out and get jobs
and so
if they
if
want
somebody, no, not at all. Not at all. He'll tell you that's not God's will, and that you're not trusting God to provide for you. That's what he tell you.
Do they still do trips and vacations?
I've never known the entire staff to ever go on a vacation, ever. Even when it was just a handful of us. None of us have ever gone on vacation, where it was a bunch of us. Now, I saw where he took them to maybe like Disney World or something, but that was after I was there. And yeah, the ministry paid for all of that. I guarantee you that they didn't save up no money of their own. All of your money that you may have sent in to that cult, that was all of your money going for them trips and things like that. All of these fake book sales David talks about. I was a bestseller. Bestseller where? You know what I'm saying? Your book ain't sold nowhere. You only have so many copies that you purchase yourself through Destiny Image, and then they distributed it. So, of course, it was going to sell out. It wasn't like you bought millions of books. There's so many deceptions behind these quote unquote truths that he tells. He don't tell the whole story. So he like to say it sold out in all the Barnes and Nobles. But guess what? All the Barnes and Nobles didn't get them, and the ones that did get them only had 2 and 3 copies in them. How do I know that? because I was the one going to the stores to see how many copies they had.
Dave's all
And
you
I was
need.
reporting back to David.
Hey, go buy my copies, okay, and tell everybody they sold out.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, he's deceptive, man.
I got a couple questions in here too.
Deceptive.
These are good ones too.
Okay.
How does Bishop Scott fit in the picture?
He's known David, you know, I believe they said since like the 90s or something.
Okay.
But for sure, at least the early 2000s. But he's known him for decades, and so they don't just preach together, but you know they hang out together. They like friends, you know. Bishop Scott, he ain't, you know, as far as the way he treat people, the staff and stuff, he ain't never been nasty to us like David is. He's always been, you know, pretty cool guy.
Okay.
But, you know, he just is trifling, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta be if you're gonna be around David. You know, and, you know, I remember one time David flew him out to St. Louis, and he came out and it was at 10 Page, and it was me and a couple of the other people that was always there with David, some of the guys, and you know, they pull out their phones and they start showing us all these naked pictures of the women, mainly David, but you know, he was because Scott, he was showing like text messages, things women were saying, reading that off. But David, he wanted to show the pictures of these women. And, you know, some of the women, you know, I knew he was with or whatever. And other ones, I'm like, oh man, she fell for the trap too. And then there was one of them, yuck. You know what I'm saying? Man, it turned my stomach. It was an elderly woman, man. You know, I'm like, this guy has no boundaries when it comes to his lust. You know, this was an elderly woman, fully exposed. You know, she sent him pictures, naked pictures, and he's showing us. And this is somebody that we know and we looked at as a mother. You know what I'm saying? And you know, but now that I know what I know, you know, I knew he did that to, you know, destroy her image in our minds because he had an issue with her.
So David,
you know, and so
David's got an old woman fetish, it sounds like.
Yeah.
He likes them golden ear type ladies.
Yeah, man. He do. He don't care.
Yep. Old women trip 9. Yeah, he don't care. Basically what my man's saying here is David will fuck anything with a hole in a heartbeat, man or a woman.
Yes.
And here's the thing.
More than likely.
Yeah, you got to look at cult leaders too. Dude, Jim Jones, he was sleeping with men, dude. Why? Because the extreme, dude, when you get that fucking sadistic, right? When you're that twisted, right, dude, you'll do it just for control, man.
Mm-hmm.
You'll do it just because you can. I honestly wouldn't put it past David if he's like slept with some of the men. Honestly, what you do?
At this point, me neither, bro. Because that's the thing about lust; it's never satisfied.
Thank you.
You know, at a certain point, one woman ain't enough. You're gonna need multiple women, and multiple women ain't enough. You're gonna need a guy.
Yep.
You know, and they just keep going.
And me and Cliff have had talked about this. Porn is a real addiction. Sex is a real addiction. You
Yes,
can be
it
addicted
is.
to it, and it's very fucking scary, man. It's real shit.
It is,
famous
man.
actor, I think it was Tiny from what was it? The Friday After Next. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
I think his name is Tiny. He had a real porn addiction, and it was his wife was gonna fucking leave him. Like he had to go to rehab and shit, dude. So I
saw that.
Yeah.
I saw his testimony, bro.
Yeah, it's hardcore, man. It's a real thing. But what David is going into, this is beyond porn, man. This is just beyond. This is just a sick fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, and it's just like, you know, and I can talk about it freely because I've been delivered from it. You know what I'm saying? I've been delivered from lust. and porn and things like that. And I had it the worst while I was there in that cult.
Yeah, I've heard.
You know what I'm saying?
I've heard from other people that.
And ironically, man,
it's bad.
Man, that spirit of lust, man, it is heavy there, and he promotes it.
Yeah,
he promotes it.
Man.
And let him get on here, staff, and say he don't. Y'all gonna know he a liar. You know what he do behind closed doors. You know what he say to y'all.
Yeah, man. Jesus. Yeah, Two Shoes, who brought up a good point. Gets off on dominating white men, right? For David being this fucking clown ass, fucking hideous walrus with the wig, for him to dominate white men. Think of the outward image, right? That that people will look at David like, I'm this black man, I got all these white women, and look, I'm fucking a total prick to the rest of my fucking clan here. That I'm just it's a forced labor cult now that we know that your wife isn't getting paid and nobody there's getting paid. Guess what? This is no longer a church. It lost its church status.
Definitely not a church.
They're laundering money and fucking trafficking humans and forcing people into a shitty working situation and not paying them. That constitutes as forced labor and human trafficking.
That's right. Man, he, that's the thing. He words everything, and he tries to make it seem like you quote unquote paying this glorious price he talks about. And so he wants everybody, or he gets everybody to believe that they should not be paid. And so that's why they don't even bring it up, man. It's crazy. That's why, they're okay with him buying all of the mansions, knowing that they will never step foot in it unless they're there to host a party or something for him. But they're okay living in that hotel because all of these grown people were living in sharing rooms in a house together. So them having their own room in that hotel, they was really happy. That was genuine. That was genuine for them. They have their own bathroom. They don't have to wait for 20 people to take a shower and then not be hot water. That's the true story that I'm speaking on. It was, right now they feel like they're in their own mansion, living in that room that they have.
Shit.
It's that bad, man.
You guys
tell me I'm lying, ex-wife.
Everything we fucking said about the living situation is fucking true. This is the best living they've probably had in years, you guys.
Oh,
living in this
definitely.
fucking hotel.
Man, them people was living in cots in that building in Michigan, sleeping on cots, no air conditioning in there. They had eventually built a shower, and that didn't happen until all that, more heat came on them about the deposition. And so that was the end of 2015 when the deposition was blasted everywhere. And then in 2016 was when he had somebody build a shower in there. And, other than that, he didn't care about them washing up in the sink and, things like that. It was bad, man. Guys wearing the same suits for weeks at a time, same shirts underneath, and smelling. They stunk,
So no personal hygiene.
I was fortunate enough. Yeah, no personal hygiene, man. It was bad, and I felt even more bad for the women. They got different body parts than we got, and they need to take care of them a lot more than we do.
A little differently than we do. Yep.
But he don't care about that. But he'll talk about you if you stink, though. You know what I'm saying? He's a walking hypocrite, man.
This is another good question. It's from Bitter Bad Bitch. Does David tailor his abuse according to the race of cult members like Hispanics versus blacks, for example?
No.
It's all the same.
He's it's all the same. Only thing with him is no matter what race you are, he just gotta reel you in long enough. Some races, may catch on to certain things quicker than his own culture. But, you know, once he gets you reeled in, you're in the same pot as everybody else.
It's just about getting you reeled in initially. That's the main thing to do.
Yep, that's why they do the love bombing.
Now you said when you left, I got a question for you, bro. When you left,
Mm-hmm.
what was your final straw? What did you say? Nope, I'm out of here. What was your thought process? You said earlier you said you were scared, right? You said you were scared,
Mm-hmm.
and you talked about the why you were scared about betraying Jesus, right?
Yeah.
How did you finally muster up the courage and everything to go along with it, to know what you had been through, to like realizing what you were about to do, the time you had spent? How did that process work for you?
It boiled down to, you know, because I bought my plane ticket to leave from out of there like maybe a month before.
Okay.
And so I knew once I spent that money, that was it, you know. But during that time leading up to my departure, I was going through those emotions where, you know, man, am I doing the right thing? Was David right? Am I going to hell? You know, all of those things. And so I had the conversation. You know, as I was praying, I said, if you're really with David, the way he say you are, I need you to appear to me like you're appearing to all of these people. And if you appear to me, I just need to know, are you really with him? That's all I wanted to know from the Most High. Are you really with David? And I can't get an answer no other way than face to face, because this is my soul that's on the line. I was talking to him plain like that, and he never appeared to me, man. And for a few years after I left, until about 2021, I was still feeling condemned about hell and stuff. And then in last year, 2022, you know, I came across your page and some other people's pages, and then, you know, all of these different documentaries on cults. And I saw that where I was at was not an isolated place. And that was when the Most High really started stripping all of the lies and the deception and the darkness from my mind, that David had planted those seeds in there. And, you know, once I realized he's a liar, not only do I know he lied, but he's lying about the things that I was afraid of. Once that fear left, because I knew he was lying about these appearances, it was easy from there, man. It was easy from there. But as long as people believe that the Most High is with this chump like he was with Moses, then they're going to be stuck. But I'm telling you, staff, I'm telling y'all, he's not Moses. I'm calling Moses out. And Moses ain't going to do nothing, even if he tried to. I'm doing this for y'all, staff, so y'all can get free. You ain't never got to tell David. You ain't never got to tell Michelle or none of them quote-unquote leaders who don't lead anything. They just got them there to buffer you, to keep you in check. Man, woman, whoever you are on that staff, get out of there. That ain't the devil talking to you, showing you what's real about David. That's the Most High telling you. You knew when you first got there something wasn't right, but you was already sucked in. Get out of there. Ain't nothing going to happen to you except you get free. That's the devil talking to you, telling you to stay there.
You have a real relationship.
That's who that is.
Yeah, you have a real relationship with God if you get out. That's what David's scared of.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I'm closer to the Most High than I've ever been.
Yeah, imagine that.
You feel like you're going to hell there, y'all. Y'all ain't supposed to be feeling like that.
How
The Most High ain't there. That's Satan.
I have a question from Joe Gonzalez. Cliff, how exhausting was it every day to stay awake and have to work at the compound? How hard was it to adjust to life once you were able to leave?
Man,
kind of a loaded question there. A little bit. That's a double question.
It's always no, that's good. it's always exhausting. Always exhausting. Especially when David is in town. Like for those of us who had to be around him, it's always exhausting. Because there is no pleasing David. You know, he's an imperfect perfectionist, you know, and he's hypocritical with that. If he mess up on something, then, you know, it's just brushed under the rug. If you mess up on something, it's the end of the world and you're going to hell for it because you're causing people to be lost because of your mistakes in the ministry, so to speak. And, you know, he just it's all about him. Your quote unquote duty to the Most High while you're there is serving David. That's it. It's serving David. There is no prayer. There is no fasting. There is no scripture reading. He say do it on your own time, but you have no time of your own unless you're in the shower, you know. But other than that, you know, it's very exhausting. You may get 3 to 4 hours of sleep. You may. And then, like, he may give a day off or something here and there, or, you know, a quote-unquote fun day to do whatever. You still got to do it with all the people that you've been working with all this time. You don't want to see everybody that you work with all the time. And if you want to go and do your own thing, maybe meet somebody that's not in the cult. Now something is wrong with you. And so I didn't allow David to get into my mind like that, where I didn't meet people outside of the cult, or, you know, where I completely stopped talking to my friends and family. But so it was a little bit easier for me to transition once I got out of there. But as far as my sleep pattern, you know, I don't sleep as much. You know, I've never been able to sleep 8 hours or 6 hours. You know, I got to be like dead tired to sleep for 6 hours, but I still sleep about 4 hours every night. But I have my energy and things. But there's people who can't go like that, and they're lethargic, you know, and you just see them having mind farts all the time. You know, they can't think. And, you know, he says that he pushes you like that so that you can become better, blah, 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 but they don't become better. You know what I'm saying? He just wears them down. And like I said, I'm fortunate that the Most High kept his hand on me the whole time I was there and since I've been out. And the transition, although it's taken time, it's been a smooth one.
That's good. Smooth transition always helps in it, for sure.
Yes.
Tonight we were talking about him being on prescription medications, right? About drugs. That was, and somebody asked earlier too. And I know you said you never saw anything like that, but did you ever? You said there was different sides to David, right?
Yes.
What was the worst side of David that you saw?
The worst side is, like, you can just tell, because a demon, yeah, I said it, that demon that's in David, you see it manifest in his face. Everybody know what I'm talking about on staff too. Everybody knows. But you see that devil manifest on his face. And you already know he got a chip on his shoulder about something, and you don't know if he's coming for you or for somebody else. And if he's going for somebody else, it's a sigh of relief for that moment. But then it's like, man, I still got to drive this chump home. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna be mad, or whatever. But that's the worst, because we all adults, and people feel like they have to walk on eggshells around him, and nobody should have to do that. But he thrives off of that fear. I remember there was a female staff member. She had been with him for, like since the 90s. He had put her in a leadership position in the cult. And I don't know exactly what all she was doing, but I guess, the power trip went to her head, and she was mistreating some people. And so he calls her over to the house, because it was Michelle. Her and Michelle was into it a lot back then when Michelle had first got there, because he was with them both and sexually. And so that was an instant clash between those women. And so Michelle,
Was it Zoya?
told on this woman. No.
Okay.
No, she was never a part. He never allowed her to come around for real. She wanted to, but he always hid her, because everybody would have known why she was there, and that would have blew everything with all the other women. And but this other one, she, he was getting on her, he was rebuking her. He grabbed her by her collar, like jacked her up on the wall, and then threw her down on the floor. And he's yelling at the top of his lungs, and he's telling her, don't you ever treat my staff like this. And, he said some other stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, you want them to be afraid of you. They don't need to be afraid of you. Y'all need to be afraid of me. It's exactly what he said. He said, y'all need to be afraid of me. They don't need to be afraid of you. And when he said that, I'm thinking, afraid of you, and that was, more scales falling off of my eyes where I could see clearly. Like, he ain't say you need to be afraid of the glory that's here. You need to be afraid because, Jesus and God. He ain't say that. He said you need to be afraid of me. And I know he's going to try to use scripture about Moses and, all these different people God judged. He ain't judging nobody for David, though, staff. I don't care what scriptures he used. He ain't walking in that level of power. Just sit back and ask yourself, when has that happened? When has it happened? Not when he said it happened, but when did you really see it happen? Because I'm going to tell you, all the stuff he say happened during them 10 years that I was there, I ain't see it happen. And I was with him all the time. From the time I got there until the time I left. I ain't see them judgments that he speak about. I ain't see nobody dying, dropping dead, like we read about in the scriptures. He ain't got it like that. And I'm going to let you know he don't got it like that because I'm coming at him. Because if he got it like that, something should happen to me, right? Right? That's what he's telling y'all. David, bring it. That's all we asking you. Bring it, man.
Call in, David. Call in.
We call in. Call in. But he don't want y'all to know the truth. He don't want to get into any conversations with anybody he cannot out-talk. If he can't rule the conversation, he's not going to have it.
You know what that's called? It's called a conversational
witchcraft, manipulation.
It's called a conversational narcissist.
Very fitting. very fitting.
I got one more question here. We'll go and wrap up the night. It's going on at 10:30 here, and we have you on the phone for a few hours,
Okay.
which I don't mind at all. And this is from Bitter Bad Bitch. Cliff, do you remember what it was that got you, in quotes, initially? Like, what specifically captured you about this cult?
For me, it was the supernatural experience that I had where there was a light being, you know, the best way I can describe it is kind of similar to what could have possibly been on the stage up there that we see in that picture with David. Like I said earlier, I believe that that could have been a a demon manifesting himself as an angel of light. But then again, at the same time, I don't know for sure. So I can't say definitely. But I had an experience, a pleasant experience, where a supernatural being had appeared in the living room where I was at. And after that, you know, I knew it was a real thing that happened with me. And so I heard through my ex-wife, she was talking about David and how he allegedly has these face-to-face appearances from Jesus and angels and trips to heaven. And so she had a tape that I listened to. And when I listened to the tape, it was like, man, this is right up my alley, because whatever that experience was that took place in the living room, I wanted more of that. And that's what David says you can have when you go to his cult. But it doesn't happen, you know. And there'll be people who will try to refute what I'm saying and saying, well, it's still happening with me. And no, it's not. I'm telling y'all, it's not really happening for real. And that was what drew me in, because I wanted more of the supernatural. And if you're ambitious and you got that pride in you, like I did when I was a younger man, David will capitalize off of that, because he sees that you have a genuine hunger and thirst for those types of things. And then he'll use you because you're thinking that you're going to get it from him. You know, you think he's going to teach you the ropes, but in reality, he don't even know how to get it himself. And so it keeps you on that rat wheel, thinking that you're going to get more and more and more, but it never comes. And so for me personally, that's how I got caught up in it. I had a genuine hunger for the Most High. And when I thought David had or was walking in what I was looking for, you know, I had to open myself up in order to, you know, try to receive what he said he had. And once you open yourself up, you know, you get hooked, and it's hard to get out once the manipulation starts.
It's a damn fine answer. I'll take it. I'll take it any day of the week.
Yeah.
You know, that's, you know what? And that's honestly, Cliff, that answer you just gave is probably one of the best answers that we've heard so far.
Mm.
It really is. And bitter bad, it's like a drug.
It is.
Some of these religious cults, it's like a drug. It's like an addiction. Yep, I buy it.
It is.
Yep, it's like followers or junkies chasing that first high. Yep.
Yep.
Real deal, bitter bad.
That's right.
Real deal. Yeah, if you could tell the members in David's cult one closing thing for the night, what do you want to tell them?
I want to tell y'all, staff, that I love y'all and that I'm still y'all brother. I was right there with you. A week later, after the first call we had last week, my position with y'all ain't changed. I'm here to help y'all, whether you think you need help or not right now, because I thought I didn't at one point. But I want you all to know that every curse you've heard David speak about me, it ain't happened, and it ain't going to happen. There's things that he's lied about that he said has happened to me. They have not happened. Believe me, they have not happened. And they're not going to happen to you. There's freedom outside of them four walls of that place you're in. David does not walk in anything that he say he do. I don't care what revelation he got, and I don't care if the revelation is accurate. He ain't walking in it. And so I understand some of your fears. We are all individuals and we got different fears and anxieties. But I know a common one that we have. And it was that we believed that David was an apostle. We believed that he was a prophet, and not just a prophet, but a face-to-face prophet. I'm telling y'all, he ain't. And I've been calling him out, and I'm going to continue to call him out. And I'm going to continue to expose that devil that is in your leader until he lets y'all go. But I'm here to let y'all know we here for y'all. You may not know some of these people, but you know me. I'm here for y'all. And I'm not telling you anything that I'm not walking in. I'm not preaching on anything that I'm not living. I got out. I got set free. I'm really delivered. I'm really living my life. I'm no longer looking over my shoulder, thinking that the devil is on my back. Satan is actually on a retreat because I'm really standing with the Most High now. It's not David and then the rest of us. The Most High is here for us all, including you staff members, and you don't need David to get to him. And I love y'all, and I'm praying for y'all, and I'm praying that y'all get the strength and the courage, especially those of you who the Most High has been speaking to and putting it on your heart to get out of there. I'm here just as a messenger to confirm that what you've been hearing is true. It's time to leave. Go back home to your families where the people really love you. Go back home. Get restored to your families, to your loved ones, because they love you. You know that's fake love where you're at. You don't just see it, but you feel it. And sometimes you even walk in fake love yourself. And so I just want you to get free. I just want you to get free. And I love y'all, and I hope to hear from you soon.
All right. We hope to hear from you guys too. You guys are welcome to call me anytime.
Yes.
You want to share your experience and you don't know where to start? Start here. Guess what? We want to listen.
Yes.
We want to listen. Don't listen to me. Listen to Cliff.
Yes, we do.
Listen to Cliff.
I know y'all. I know y'all, and y'all know me. And I know what it takes to get out.
It's not easy.
All it takes is some courage. Because David ain't going to do nothing. And the Most High ain't with him. And he's going to show that to the world.
Yep. Cliff ain't going to lie to you guys. He's got no reason to lie. He's got no reason to lie, man. What's he going to do? Buy his way into heaven out of hell? No, you don't do that with God. It doesn't work like that.
Exactly.
It doesn't work like that, man. You don't get to God through some apostle. You can get to God through your own way. Pray at home.
That's right.
Kennedy Mueller wants to know, he's like, you think David's listening? We know he's listening.
I know for a fact he is. He got too much pride not to listen.
Yeah. What else is he going to do on a Friday night except see what everybody's been writing about him on the internet? Does the staff have the ability to listen to this? Yeah. Unless they're being monitored, which I could very well see.
Yeah, I'm sure he's probably monitoring some of them because he don't want them to hear.
I hope some of them get the message. That's all it takes, man. It's all it takes is for Cliff seed to be planted in the middle of that hotel, and that shit just to spread like a fucking wildfire. That's all it takes.
That's it.
That's all it
That's
takes,
it, bro.
All it takes. Everybody.
And it's coming.
Yeah, everybody be like, you know, we're the fuck out of here. See ya. We're going home later.
Yeah, because they gonna see you, David. It's only a matter of time before they see you who you really are. And some of them already do. It's only a matter of time.
I think
because people are fed up with you.
I think they are too. The body language says it all.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I think
they're tired of getting up there and lying to the people for him.
Yeah, Mariah. You could tell it in Mariah's face too, right? The real pretty black girl. You can tell she is just fucking had it, dude. She's like, fuck, man. She's just doing it now out of repetition, I think.
That's it.
Yep.
We're praying for you, sis.
Yeah. We're watching y'all, man. We are watching you guys, and we're watching how David's treating you. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being in, and thank Clifton, man. Thank Clifton for answering questions tonight, man. I hope.
Anytime, man.
I hope we got some. I hope he was able to answer some of your questions. There's a lot of stuff that was dropped tonight, man.
Yeah, thank you all for, even asking the questions because, there's things that may not come to my mind, at the moment when I'm speaking, but y'all brought up some really great questions that I believe a lot of the people on that staff needed to hear the answers to. I really believe that, and I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here with Alex all this time before I even knew about his channel. But y'all had been building all this time before I got hip to the channel, and y'all are amazing, man. y'all are amazing.
You'd honestly
Thank
be
y'all
surprised.
For everything.
You'd honestly be surprised, Cliff. I'll tell you off channel how interconnected some of us all are without us even knowing it, bro. It's gonna trip you the fuck out, dude. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? Trust me. Yeah. We hope this, and ultimately, Bitter Bad brought up a good point. Like, this is all here because we know people out there like you that are coming out of these cults need somebody just to fucking listen and just hear, and maybe give you a place to feel safe and call these fuckers out for doing what they did. Which is fine because we live in America and freedom of speech. And guess what? If David is a piece of shit, well, guess what? I'm going to call him a fucking piece of shit. Because by my standard...
he ain't going to do nothing about it.
Yeah, David is a fucking piece of shit. He is a fucking piece of shit con artist. Fucking just scamming the shit out of the fucking system. He is no different than those fucking scammers that call you 500 times a fucking day fishing for fucking information. He's worse.
That's it.
He's worse.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, they're not even going to give David a fucking toilet in hell. David doesn't get a toilet. He's just going to shit his fucking pants all the time.
He's going to be the toilet.
He's going to be the toilet.
He's going to be the toilet. You better repent, David.
He's going to be the toilet, he says. Well, yeah, let's go and wrap it up, man. Again, it's been an absolute fun privilege speaking with you again tonight, man. And again, I hope we have
likewise, bro.
I hope we can have another one eventually, man. I really do. But we'll be in touch, man. We'll talk more.
Yes, most definitely, man.
All right,
thank
Cliff.
you again, Alex, and I love y'all. Take care.
We love you too, man. You be good, brother. All right. So, Cliff, thanks, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, Lord Penner brings up a good point. Apostle has until Monday, close of business, to respond to 50 lengthy interrogatories to discover requests from the plaintiffs. The judge signed that order today. He's got to do 8 depositions. Plus all his interrogatories. Yeah, thank you, Cliff. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, and it does maybe, it gives everybody a little bit of insight, right? Gives everybody a little piece. Maybe everybody can kind of like, okay, fuck. Okay. Oh, it is, dude. It's kind of late. It's kind of late. Yeah. The bell's right here, though. Want me to ring it? There you go. I was cranking on it earlier. Probably thinks interrogatories are appetizers. Yeah, Lord Penn will both updates on the federal court case. Yep. Oh, Lord Penn, he's gonna do the updates on the federal court case. Because he is, man. He's basically telling the judge without telling the judge to fuck off. He's telling a federal judge that. You know how he's telling her? By not fucking following the court orders that she's been giving him over the last 6 fucking months. The judge is going to have an absolute fucking field day with him. I hope so. I hope so. I hope she fucking sanctions him and fucking makes him do the depositions in court. He really is. David's he's basically telling the judge to fuck off, dude. He is. He's telling, hey, Marlon Jones, what up? Well, he didn't say, it's what he's doing, right? In court, right? When the judge issues you an order, right? Judge walks up, you're issuing an order from the judge. Judge, you gotta listen to it, right? Well, David is basically telling the judge, right? He's getting these court orders, dude. David's getting these court orders. Hold on. Let me go over the court order real quick, okay? Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Uno momento. Open it. All right, here we go. All right, motion to compel. This is what happens when you basically fuck off a judge. Dude, I can't. It's surprising it's gotten this far. Really, surprised it's gotten this fucking far. How the fuck, right? How the fuck, right? Hold on. Give me a second. I'll make sure it got popped up here. Here we go. Okay. This is basically... Yeah, why would he comply now, right? Fuck him. Fuck the judge. Why would he comply now? He's gotten away with it before. Fuck it. Fuck the judge. Fuck the judge. We don't need to listen to her. Nah, she's just a federal judge. All right. The costs come before the court for continued discovery. D76, plaintiff's movie prop rentals. This matter was referred to undersigned pursuant. Okay. Telling the judge, Beth Bloom, order the judge as follows. Plaintiff's movie motion to compel response to plaintiff's first request for production is granted. Okay, so this is basically the judge saying, hey, everything's granted. Defendants, Kingdom of God Global Church, and fucking asswipe JMMI, which is now our revoked tax ID number. They need to reproduce all responsive documents to plaintiff's first request for productions numbers 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 11, basically all those productions, which is paragraphs, okay? Paragraphs. And as to any of the foregoing requests for which defendants have no responsive documents, they shall so affirmably state. Further, defendants shall supplement their production in response to plaintiffs. Oh, this is going to get really good. They have to comply with this court order by Monday. They got all this shit they have to do for the judge by Monday, right? All the shit they got to do. By Monday. They should be very fucking scared now. Defendants shall supplement their answers. So they still need to answer interrogatories numbers 8, 9, 10, 13, 19, 20, and 22. So they need to serve the discovery. Plaintiff's motion to compel depositions is granted. So now, motion to compel depositions is granted. So basically, the judge is saying, yes, you have to fucking, we're now ordering you between July 11th and July 18th. You better fucking have your depositions done, basically. So they're granted. So it looks like we will have some depositions here. Okay. So the motions have been granted to compel depositions from July 11th to July 18th. Gee, what's today? So they have until next week, basically. Let's see. Today's the 7th, 8th, 9th. Tuesday's the 11th. So they'll have until Tuesday, not this coming week, but the following week they'll have to have all this done. Does not, as discussed at the hearing, it does not likely appear that all parties will be able to conduct pending depositions for that date, in which case they may seek an extension of the discovery deadline for the presiding district judge. Yeah, I'm about to wrap it up right now, though. I'm just going to go over the court case real quick. But, yep, that's it. I know if they issued the terms of this order in menu form, David would understand it. Oh, man. But yeah, so he's got to answer questions by Tuesday next week. He's got a week and a half, basically. Give or take. Depositions plus answer interrogatories. The works, man. This is federal. This is federal civil, right? But it can turn criminal real fucking fast. You know who has the last say in a court? In a courthouse? In the courtroom? The judge. 54, where you going, man? Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. No, it's late, dude. I thought I was gonna say I was gonna wrap it up like 15 minutes ago. But yeah, let's go and wrap it up. Yeah, so this is federal. But again, the judge has the last say in this case, ultimately, not David. David thinks he's going to walk in there and say, oh, well, God said I could build all this, okay? And, yeah, they're going to be made public, too. They're going to be made public. They'll be available to the public. We just got to find out who takes the depositions. Trust me, Bitter Bad, we are working on that. Trust me. Yeah, man, you all have a good night, man. Cliff, thank you, brother. Thank you for answering everybody's questions tonight. You guys, thank you for being respectful to Cliff. You know, I really do appreciate that, man. He didn't have to come here and talk to us, but you know what? He did. Yeah, it's getting real dark, isn't it, Bland Anarchic Reacts? Yep, it's getting real dark. But you have a good night, man. See you next Friday. Have a good week. Be safe.